Hello everyone, welcome back to more Nurse Love Addiction. So we're gonna be starting Itsuki's route, so load this one. Itsuki, you have the best swimsuit. Miss Itsuki seems surprised at having been chosen. Honestly, she has the worst, but whatever. Or am I now?
そうね。ここでItsukiに行くなんてガチ以外の何者でもないわね。遊び心ゼロよ。まったくだ。妹が咲夜を選んでおけば無難だったのに。そうなの？だって真面目に選んだらItsukiさんになるの当然なの。なお叶わないの。
Guys, I'm seriously not choosing her. What are you doing?
そうね。文句のつけようがないわ。面白いのな。
Well, that's pretty harsh. I mean...
そうかそうか。私のセクシャルバイオレンスにやられたか、抜け子は。
Shut up, Itsuki.
やられてない。私はその公平な目で。公平。やっぱりガチだ。ガチね。いやー、ガチで選ばれちゃったか。なし、今のなしでもう一回選ぶよ。
It appears it's too late. Oh dear. Whenever I come to the sea, I think of jellyfish. A long time ago, when I came to the sea with my grandma, we watched a jellyfish we had caught in a plastic bag, and she had taught me as she laughed. We watched a jellyfish we had caught in a plastic bag. Okay. This is just a weird sentence. Jellyfish are made of over 90% water, so in some ways they're a tiny, tiny part of the sea. Jellyfish, the envoys of their mother, the sea. It sounds cool when you put it like that, but my grandma told me something even more important. Apparently jellyfish have no brains. Interesting. Swoosh, crash, I'm standing on the beach. Swoosh, crash, the sound of the waves seem to be calling to me. Swoosh, crash, the never-ending, continuous voice of the sea.
あ、夢と同じだ。今はちゃんと水着だけど。
Swoosh, crash. I gaze out at the distant horizon and listen to the sound of the calling waves. That's right, in my dream after this,
抜け子。
I hear a voice behind me. Called, I turn around. Miss Itsuki stands near the parasol. She seems to be checking the various things we brought. Miss Itsuki nudges her finger towards my head.
あんた、そういやゴーグルは？ゴーグル？脱衣所に入る前、これも新しく買ったんだって頭にしてたじゃん。あ！
Thinking of going on a swimming spree, I had bought a pair of pink swimming goggles along with my swimsuit. I'd taken them off while I was changing.
脱衣所だ。ありがとう、取ってくる。雨やるからって声かけられてもついてくんじゃねえぞ。
But candy!
行かねえよ。
Who actually tries to pick someone up like that? Pedophiles.
ねえねえ、飴あげるから一緒に遊ばない？いろんな飴あるよ。だからさ。わわわわわ。
I actually tried that. I'm surrounded by 3 gaudy-looking ladies.
けちゃった。何飴が好き？いちごミルクとか。あるある、私も好きなんだ。さあお姉さんと行こう行こう。ダメです。私忘れ物を取りに。そうなんだ。じゃあ一緒に取り行こっか。それからね。
Why are they so persistent?
やだ、水着かわいい。胸のとこどうなってるの？
It just gets worse.
やだ、触らないでください。くすぐった。
Why are they touching me so casually? Is this normal these days?
お助け。何やってんの抜け子。わざわざ注意してやったのに。あ、いつきさん。あなた何？私たちがこの子と話してるんだけど。ほんとお呼びじゃないって感じ？あ、でもこの人もちょっといい。ああ、これバカっぽい面してるけど、一応私の女なんで。女？そう、バカっぽいけど。だから飴で釣るとかやめてもらえる？
Miss Itsuki smiles, a polished smile.
私の女ってどういうこと？あとバカっぽくないから。演技。こういう手合いは一発かまさないとしつこいんだよ。マジで飴に釣られそうになりやがって、バカ。何こそこそ話してんの？別に二人きりで海に来たのにバカなことやってるから怒ってたな。
はい。
なんか怪しい。本当に彼女？せいぜい友達なんじゃない？だったらさ、そっちのメガネの子も一緒にどう？いい線いってるし。賛成。はあ、うざ。二人でラブラブやってんだから邪魔すんなっつの。ほら。
Miss Itsuki takes me by the hand and tries to lead me away.
おい、待ちな。何よ、まだしつこく絡んでくんの？あんたたちが本当にカップルなんだったらさ、悪かったよ。なんか怪しいんだよね。
You guys are one to talk.
ったく、何？ここでキスでもしたら納得するってこと？あ、いいねそれ。そりゃできるでしょ、カップルならさ。ちょっといつきさん。はあ、見せ物じゃないんだけどしゃあないか。
Miss Itsuki turns to face me again.
待って、いつきさん、本気？
Regardless of the fact that we're doing it to make these ladies go away. Forget about me for a second. Miss Itsuki has Miss Sakia. I mean, it's not like I'm okay with this either.
ほら。
Miss Itsuki's finger catches my chin and raises it up. She's used to this.
まあ、減るもんじゃなし、ウツボにでも噛まれたと思って。
A morai eel? I can't imagine that. I refuse to. Miss Itsuki's face draws closer to mine as if it were the most natural thing in the world. On the lips, I can't move.
抜け子。
I know she's just going to pretend. It's all pretend. She'll probably stop right before, just on the verge. It's one of Miss Itsuki's specialties. A kiss that isn't what it seems. It's not what it seems, her usual mine.
嘘だよね。マジだよ。
I stiffen. My mind has gone blank. The ladies cry out in voices that both sound like cheers and shrieks, but I can't hear what they're saying at all. I'm also unable to push Miss Itsuki aside.
これって
Swoosh, crash. The sounds of the waves reach my ears. I remain dazed, my eyes round with surprise.
ちくしょうちくしょ
The ladies run off bitterly, and then...
うぬけこの顔最高だったね
Pulling her face away, Miss Itsuki bursts out laughing, my whole body shaking.
ぬけこキスするとき目開けるのあれは良くないぜ
My whole body's still shaking.
なんだよもうすごい驚いたそっか驚いたか嘘キスなら嘘キスって言ってくれよ唇外すならさ悪い悪いびっくりした本当にびっくりした
And that was what had happened. Miss Itsuki's kiss hadn't actually touched my lips, but had fallen right next to them. No contact with my lips had been made. It was a brilliant fake kiss. It had seemed to have tricked all the ladies. In fact, I'd been tricked as well.
ま、あんぐらいやんないとしつこそうだったからさ
She seems completely unfazed. Somehow this irritates me.
あードキドキして損したバカみたいまあ私もちょっとはドキドキしなくもなくもなくもなくもなかったかもねどっちだよ
No, right? A retort. I'm not lying. And so, until noon, we swam and played to our heart's content. Blah 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 blah. And we almost die. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. go after Itsuki. I'm worried about Miss Sakia too, but when Miss Itsuki had walked past me, the lack of expression on her face left me clueless as to what she was thinking. This had bothered me, and now, worried, I chase after her. The rain has begun to fall harder.
Itsuki-san!
Miss Itsuki has just begun walking away from the dorm without an umbrella in the rain.
駐輪場?
Leave, Miss Sakia had told her.
ん? ああ、抜け子か。ヤホー? いや、ヤホーじゃなくて、傘もささないでさ。濡れるいい女って感じ？そういうこと言ってるんじゃなくて。あんたこそ持ってないじゃん。私が慌てて樹さんを追いかけてきたから。私は気持ちいいよ。頬ほてってるし。
Miss Itsuki presses her slapped cheek with one hand and laughs.
何があったの？何がって何が？だから。
Miss Itsuki appears to be her usual nonchalant self. Is she trying to evade my question? Well, I won't let her.
咲夜さん、平手打ちとか出て行けとか。
What had happened between the two of them?
咲夜、家に戻りづらいからさ。もともと出て行くなら私って思ってたんだ。え？だからこれでいいんだよ。上々の結果。まあ、うちから通うには遠いけど、私はバイクあるし。っていうか。
Miss Itsuki suddenly changes her tone.
やっぱ寮でプリマの格好は変だね。笑える。誰がさせてんだ！
I involuntarily raised my voice.
大原先生にも見られちゃったし。ダメだダメだ、はぐらかされるとこだった。
My shoulders shake as I take deep breaths.
そうじゃなくて、何があったの？二人の間で。ごまかされとけよ。
Miss Itsuki clicks her tongue with obvious annoyance. I may belong to the Jellyfish Club, but I'm not that easily manipulated.
樹さんの頼みで仲直り協力しようとしたんだから、聞く権利あるよね。権利ときたか。やるね。
I gaze long and hard at Miss Itsuki. I doubt I have Miss Sakia's impact, but I glare at her with all my might. But far from feeling pressured, Miss Itsuki laughs with amusement.
間抜けな顔。
Rage.
わかったわかった、言うよ。
I nod.
前に言ったろ？昨夜もともと好きなやつがいたって話。あ、小見間？そう。
Miss Itsuki's words remind me, it had been on our way back from Comic March.
昨夜さんが好きだった人。自己中で乱暴で性格悪くて最高にムカつくクソ女。クソ女。そいつんとこ戻れって言った。まあ本人は未練ないって言ってるけど。ここまで話すの出血大サービスだぜ。じゃ。
Miss Itsuki turns around and dashes off into the rain, giving me no chance to stop her.
樹さん?
I stand there in a daze. My prima costume is completely crumpled and drenched, with the rain even soaking into my underwear beneath. I stand there until a worried Nao comes out to look for me.
お姉ちゃん？何やってるの？
And just like I was always warned, I caught a cold. 'Cause I'm an idiot. No, wait, they say idiots don't catch colds. Because I'm not an idiot. That night, I have a dream. For some reason, the dream world is equipped with some cool and groovy background music. The colors inside the dream look as if I'm inside some kind of TV animation. My voice resounds at a high pitch. A violent flash of white light fills the entire scene. I wake up and sit bolt upright. I blink my eyes a few times. Nao's voice is coming from the kitchen. I respond to Nao and crawl my way out of bed. My head feels a bit weird. I lazily mutter to myself. Wizard Nurse Prima. It's that indie game which Miss Itsuki and her club friends like Miss Hiromi made. I haven't heard anything about it since last summer. Well, it's not like I really want to know. More importantly, there are still many things I want to ask Miss Itsuki about. Things I want to know and things I need to know. The next day, during a short break between classes, Seeing Miss Itsuki walk out into the hallway alone, I pursue and call out after her.
これが大人になるってことなんだろうか。
I scratch my head.
別になりたくないけどな。
Mood. I pride myself in my honesty, at least.
よし、行こっと。
I begin walking towards the karaoke store near the station. While waiting for Miss Itsuki, I sing my heart out. Just as I place the microphone down to take a break, Miss Itsuki comes in.
よ、また歌ってたんだ。好きだね。なんか歌いたくって。わかるわかる。私も人から好きだし。
Miss Itsuki's carrying a tablet-typed computer under her arm. Ba-ba-ba-ba. I start thinking about it. It's true that we're going our separate ways more than before, but I suppose that's because we were just sticking together too much until now. It's not that Now has been acting suspiciously or that she started acting cold towards me.
別に。なおちゃんはなおちゃんだよ。そっか。
Miss Itsuki replies curtly and seems to be deep in thought. Meanwhile, I'm sitting as still as a statue.
だとすると。いや、それだと違うか。いつきさん。ちょっと黙ってて。へえ。
Being told in this blunt manner, I helplessly keep quiet. Silent. I keep quiet. I keep quiet.
手乗り豚さん。
By the way, I wonder why they say people who are waiting for the next development are on tenterhooks. What's a tenterhook anyway? That's always been a mystery to me.
なおちゃんに聞いてもニコニコ笑ってなんでだろうねって言うだけだし。もう一回見てみよっかな。たく、笑えよいつき。せっかくカメラ借りたのにさ。ほら、猫持たせてやるから。いらない。なんだよ、つまんねえな。この気を上げておとなしそうでいじめてオーラ出しまくりのメガネっ子がいつきさん。
Looking at it again, I just can't believe it. I secretly alternate my gaze between the tablet and Miss Itsuki, comparing the two.
やっぱり信じられない。
I'm secretly staring at Miss Itsuki's face.
何がどうなったらこれがあれになるんだろう。おかしなものでも食べたのかな。
It's a mystery, one of the 7 wonders of the world.
やっぱり信じられない。うるせえな、ブツブツ。黙ってろっつったろ。おかしそう。
Too late.
はい。
Yeah, it's really unreal. With a carefree expression, Miss Itsuki stretches her body. My mind still can't make sense of it. Even now, half of me, or even more than half, doesn't quite believe that it could be true. But even though my head can't possibly wrap itself around it at all, my heart has already settled itself into it. As if it were a reality which I'd always known.
混乱してる。するよそりゃ。笑いごちゃねえ。
If Now were here, she'd try to calm me down. I drop my shoulders.
どんな顔 してなおちゃんに会ったらいいんだろう。黙ってれば？無理だよ。なおちゃんに隠し事なんてしたくない。っていうか、できません。なおちゃん鋭いから。なるほど。ねえ、いつきさん。はあ？なんで私にいろいろ教えてくれたの？教えてくれる気になったの？
It's a simple question.
そんなの。
Miss Itsuki chuckles through her nose.
昨夜のために決まってる。昨夜さんの？
I didn't expect that answer. But when I think about it, it does make sense.
じゃあ、また。
With these words, Miss Itsuki turns her back to me and starts walking towards the station. Seeing her walk off,
あ、ちょっと待って。
I call out to stop her.
はあ？まだなんかあんの？大したことじゃないんだけど。
After that dream I had this morning, I wanted to ask her this.
プリマの制作ってどうなってるの？
We sold demo versions at the event last summer. I remember hearing that the final version was planned for winter or something like that, but I haven't heard anything about it since then. Could it be that it was completed without me knowing anything about it?
それならそれでいいんだけど。ああ、あれね。
There's a vexed look on her face, as if she didn't want me to ask her about it.
絶賛中断中。完成しねえかもな。
I'm at the dormitory building, staring up at my room. I heave a big sigh.
なおちゃん、いるかな？
It might never get finished. For some reason, Miss Itsuki's words are being repeated again and again inside my head. I open the door.
あ、お姉ちゃん。
As I open the door, Now just happens to be passing through the room. So she watches as I come in.
おかえり。って何かあった？
Now looks at me with a bit of a puzzled expression, but right away she continues.
いつきさん？
Now senses are as sharp as ever.
あ、うん、合ってたんだけど、その。だから言ったじゃん。なおちゃんに隠し事なんて無理だって。
I make up my mind to tell her everything.
そっか。
Now places her milk cup on the table with a little thud.
こうなるんじゃないかなって、ちょっと覚悟してた。なおも。なおちゃん。まず、謝らせて。今まで、ずっと本当のこと黙ってたこと。ママたちと決めたことだったけど、でも、ごめんなさい。いいよいいよ。私のためだったんでしょ？そうだね。
I don't want her to apologize. She doesn't need to apologize for this. I was the one who never gave my memory loss much thought in the first place. I was just leading a carefree, floaty jellyfish life, so...
いやー、逆になんか気を使わせちゃってたみたいで、悪いね。
I laugh a little awkwardly and scratch my head. And then...
でも、聞きたいこと、いろいろあるな。話すよ。時間かかるけど。
And so that day, we talked until late at night. According to Nao's story, when I was little, I was put into Haizawa Pediatrics Research Center after being diagnosed with a disease that was going to be very difficult to treat. But actually, this disease was made up by the clinic. Or by the research facility, rather. The reality was just as Miss Itsuki had told me. Now also told me that it was true that on the open campus day, she asked Saki and Miss Itsuki to act as if they were meeting me for the first time. After talking everything through, now apologizes for having lied to me. I'm surprised by the extreme seriousness of Nao's apology. Of course I forgive her, but the seriousness in Nao's tone seems strange to me.
そんな怒りっぽく思われてるのかな、私。
It seems like she thinks she has to get down on all fours and beg for my forgiveness, but it's not like I was going to be angry about it at all. Simply said, this night has changed my whole world. It's already past midnight by the time I get to bed. I can't seem to fall asleep for quite a while. By the time I check my smartphone next to my pillow, I see that it's already 3 a.m. From the bed above me, I can faintly hear the slow rhythm of Nao's breathing.
頭くるくるだ。
The video clips I saw at the karaoke place. The things Miss Itsuki told me. Everything.
昨夜のために決まってる。
Those were Miss Itsuki's words. Why is it for Miss Sakia's sake that she would tell me that whole thing? Does it have anything to do with the fact that Miss Sakia kissed me on the roof that time?
謎すぎ。
But thinking about it, Miss Itsuki has always been a mysterious person right from the very beginning. Starting from that, it's not what it seems on the first day of school. When I think about it, she's really given me the runaround this whole time, though I can't say it really bothered me. Today just happened to be the finishing blow.
そういや、なおちゃん、いつきさんには注意してって言ってたな。
That was probably the right call.
でも、
Inside the chaos of my mind, I'm reminded of the evening sky of a certain day. The red sky from that time I was riding on the back of Miss Itsuki's scooter, enjoying the sensation of the wind. Miss Itsuki's back as I held tight, and her voice so close to me. Though I wasn't that conscious of it, I remember that I did enjoy the feeling.
あれ？私、なんでこんなこと考えてるんだろう。
There should be more important things from the past that I'm supposed to be thinking about.
なんで、いつきさんのことなんて。
I don't even understand it myself. What is she to me? I'm curious.
気になってるかもしれないこともなくもないかもしれないことも。
It's an infinite loop. There's no answer. The only thing which is clear is that it's impossible to deny that I'm drawn to her. So, could it be possible that I have feelings for her?
ねえ、どう思ってるの？私。
The next few days up until the week after that, they're completely ordinary school days. Though the classes are tough, but duty is duty. And once again,
それで。
I've come to meet Miss Itsuki after class at the karaoke place after being called out by her again.
なんでまたここに？今日は歌うため？なわけあるかーい。
But
むしろ前回のあれだけで話が終わったと思う方がアホだろ。アホって？あんたには昔のことを思い出してもらわなきゃなんない。スコンとなくしちまってる記憶をね。記憶？そう。あ、でも別に困ってないけど、忘れてても。
I tell her honestly how I feel. She thinks it's weird, but
こっちが私が困るんだよ。いつきさんが。あ、それ。そのさん付けとりあえずやめて。今から呼び捨てで。いいけど、なんで急に？昔のあんたはさんとかちゃんとかつけて私を呼んだことなんてなかったからね。
stop using Miss.
じゃあ、いつきで。
And as I call her name like this, grin. She grins at me boldly. She's looking happy. Why is she so happy about something like this? And rather than just a happy smile, I'd say it looks a little disturbing.
いいね。それだけでらしく見えるじゃん、アスカ。
Asuka. My name. I feel like it's the first time she's used it to refer to me. The first time Miss Itsuki rather, has called me by name.
でも、
Savoring the sense of it in my heart, something about it strikes me.
誰か他人を呼んでるみたい。わかった。呼び捨てにすればいいんだね。
Well, it's been already more than a year since we met after all.
そう。いつきは、なんで私が記憶を取り戻さないと困るの？ああ、内緒。なんだと？
Mysterious as always, this girl.
いいからいいから。で、ヌケコの記憶を取り戻させるにあたって。
Itsuki continues the conversation without paying any attention to my objections.
やっぱまずは形から入ろうと考えたわけだよ。形から？そう。呼び捨てにさせたのもそうだし、あとはとにかく昔のことをまずは知識として知ってもらう。調べてみたけど、記憶喪失患者の記憶を呼び戻す最もポピュラーな手法らしいからさ。へえ。なんだ、興味なさそうだな。自分のことなのに。
About me. That may be true, but...
全然ないわけじゃないけど、実感がないっていうか。ま、嫌でも聞いてもらう。1年間やそこらの話じゃないから長い話になるだろうし、今日どれだけ話せるかわかんねえけど。
I'm not sure how much I'll be able to tell you today, though.
ひょっとして今日一日じゃ終わらないとか。ざけんな、足りめえだろ。
She's glaring at me. That's so scary. Why? Seeing such a threatening expression from Itsuki, something else suddenly pops into my mind. The small, plain-looking girl from that video she showed me the other day. Itsuki when she was little.
ちっちゃい頃のいつきは仲良くなれそうな感じだったのにな。
I feel like asking her if she could return to being the way she was then.
さて、
Itsuki's looking straight at me.
まず聞こうか。アスカってどんなやつだったと思う？
And in this way, Itsuki proceeds with the conversation.
それは。
Asuka. It feels like my name and not my name at the same time. This part of me I don't know about. Thinking about it gives me a strange feeling. I'm gonna be a nurse. If I was the kind of girl who wrote something like this, holding on to that kind of dream, then I must have been...
優しくてしっかりしてた。
Itsuki bursts into laughter, or rather, explodes into laughter.
なんだよ、だってさ。一言で言うなら、 狂犬。はい。手つけられなくてさ、その上いたずら好きで。嘘。よく標的になってた私は毎日のように泣かされてた。うるせえな、なんだよ。いや、でもだって言ったことなかったっけ？わがままで乱暴者で自己中心的でって。
It does feel as if it's ringing a bell. Right, last summer when we were on our way home from the Dojin event.
泣いてる私を指さして笑ってたよ、アスカは。そりゃ楽しそうにさ。
Though Itsuki hasn't quite made me cry. Ever since meeting her again after entering Teiso Nursing Academy, it seems as if our roles have been completely reversed. I remember that video for when we were young, the timid, frightened little girl in the video. Ignoring my part in it for now, I feel like I can understand how this kind of girl could have been an easy target for bullies.
一番ひどかったのはあれかな。ナメクジをいっぱい集めた風呂にすっぱだかで突き落とされたり。
Gross.
うわー、ひどすぎる、すみません。いや、それは嘘だけど。それ系じゃせいぜい背中にカエル入れられたくらい。問題は入れられたのが小さいアマガエルじゃなくてでっかいウシガエルだったってことかな。
I could just feel the sensation on my back.
なんかすみません。いいっていいって、昔のことさ。大嫌いだったけど。
I really hated her. Being told directly, there aren't many words with such a sting to them as these.
私はさ、後から入ったんだ、センターに。もともと私は別の児童養護施設にいてさ、ある時健康診断の一種って感じで妙なテストを受けさせられて、その結果灰沢小児医療研究センターってところに引き取られた。その頃にはもうアスカやサクヤたちはセンターに先にいて、グループの一つで私は後からそこに加えられたんだ。まあ極度の人見知りだったしさ、なんかいきなり得体の知れないところに連れられてビクビクしてたし、殻に閉じこもりまくりだった。それを無理やり引っ張り出したのがアスカだったんだ。そうだったんだ。
So, could it be that part of the reason why my past self used to tease Itsuki was with good intentions?
こっちはいい迷惑だったけど、私を子分にでもしたつもりだったのか。よくセンターの中連れ回されてた。探検だとか言って。ほんと迷惑。知ってっか？センターの中には警備員みたいなやつもいてよ。勝手に出歩いてるのバレたらすっげえ怒られるんだ。ほんといい迷惑。
It was a real problem for me.
すみません。私ら子供が入っちゃいけないとこもいっぱいあったし、それがバレた時は反省部屋って小さい部屋に閉じ込められてさ、丸一日食事抜きのけ。
She'd be thrown into a little room where we had to reflect on our mistakes without any meals for a whole day. What kind of a child was I, seriously?
Itsuki も？そん時はアスカが全部自分のせいだって私をかばって 私はお咎めなしだったよ。で、その分アスカはまた時で私たちの部屋に戻ってきた時はヘロヘロでさ。バカだろ。
Even now she says she was such a fool. For some reason, it doesn't feel like she really believes it. Though I can't explain it well.
昨夜にすっげえ怒られてた。ざまあなかったね。昨夜さんに。ああ、私が毎日のようにアスカに泣かされてたとしたら、昨夜は毎日のようにアスカに怒らされてたんだぜ。そりゃもう二人が言い争ったりなんだりしてるのは日常風景だった。昨夜ってほら、あの頃から今みたいだったから、気の強い姫体質。そういや、あの映像でも一番違和感なかった。
Little Miss Sakia in that old video. In contrast to me and Itsuki, Miss Sakia just seemed like a smaller version of her current self. Proper, beautiful, and straightforward.
まんま、歪みなし。私とは大違いだね。あ、抜けこともか。
I can't come up with anything to say.
まあ、だから驚いたよ。デート看護で初めて会った時。大幸妹から昔の記憶がなくなってるとは聞いてたけど、全然別人みたいになっちゃっててさ。こっちは必死で昔のあんたに追いつけ追い越せでやってきたってのに、昨夜は純粋に喜んでたみたいだけど。なんて言いますか。
Trying to catch up and surpass me.
いい、その辺はスルーして。本題に戻ろう。アスカの話。アスカ。なんだよ。もうそっちも呼び捨てにしてんだからいいでしょ。いや、そういうことじゃなくて。何さ。なんでもないです。はあ？なんだ、しっかりしてくれよ。ただ思い出話に花咲かそうってんじゃないんだぜ、これは。すみません。
I don't know the reason either. Miss Itsuki's just calling me by my name, Asuka, in a way that does feel familiar. But I wonder why. Why does it generate this strange feeling in my chest? Miss Itsuki grins at me teasingly.
聞いてもらうぜ。まだまだあんだから。アスカの悪行。
I pull my shoulders up to my ears. It's already dark outside by the time we leave the karaoke building.
おお、夜になってる。大幸妹、怒ってるかな。大丈夫だと思う。遅くなるかもとは言ってあるから。そりゃよかった。あれ怒らすと怖いタイプだろ。どうかな。いやー、それにしてもすげえ話したな。ですよね。
There's an expression of dejection on my face. There really doesn't seem to be an end to Itsuki's stories about my past. Hearing about how Nadia used to be is sure making me feel groggy. Though Itsuki seems to have been having a lot of fun talking about it. Although she didn't get so carried away as to forget to keep up the abusive name-calling in between the episodes.
狂犬、バカ、アホ、悪ガキ、いじめっ子、悪の親玉、プチ犯罪者。いろいろ言われたなぁと思って。気にすんなって。あんた、抜け子のことじゃないさ。じゃあ、帰るか。
Yeah, it's all about Asuka, not about me.
っていうか、抜け子っていうのも大概な悪口だよね。
I've gotten completely used to it though. Itsuki turns back again to face me after she'd started walking already.
そうそうだよ。いくら今の私が間抜けの抜け子ちゃんだからってさ、ブー。違う。あ、違う？何が？抜け子の意味。
There's a certain sharpness to Itsuki's voice.
教えてやる。抜け子の抜けは抜け殻の抜けだ。抜け殻。アスカの抜け殻になんて私は興味ないんだよ。とっとと中身取り戻してもらわねえとな。
As she finishes the sentence, Itsuki lightly waves at me and takes off.
抜け殻の抜け。そうだったんだ。
I have no idea how to respond to this. I'm just standing there with an idiotic expression on my face, watching Itsuki go.
なおちゃん、ご飯作って待っててくれてるのかな。ただいま。
As I open the door, a pleasant aroma reaches my nostrils. Hamburgers?
おかえりなさい、お姉ちゃん。
Nao's face pops out from the kitchen.
ご飯できるところだよ。お姉ちゃんの好きなハンバーグ。
Though I told her in advance that I might be late, I'm in fact much later than usual. It's amazing how Nao still manages to have dinner ready right on time. It's not just for show that I call her my super sister. I'm very grateful for it, but...
ごめん、なおちゃん。食欲ないや。
I do feel really sorry, but it's just the way it is.
あれ？何か食べてきたの？そういうわけじゃないんだけど、ちょっとね。いつきさんに何かされた？
Her senses are as sharp as ever, but I guess it might be a natural assumption.
あ、そういうんじゃないよ。何にも。そう？
Nao doesn't quite seem to accept my response.
むしろ相手にされなかったって感じだもん。私は。え？いつきさんと二人で話してたんだよね。うん、そうだよ。そうなんだけどね。お姉ちゃん。なに？なおちゃん。今は食欲なくても後で食欲出るかもしれないし、ハンバーグレンジに入れておくね。夜中でも食べたくなったら食べて。ご飯もあるし。
You can eat it even if you get hungry later at night, and there's rice too.
うん、ありがとう。
Yay!
でも夜10時以降に食べると太っちゃうから気をつけなきゃだよ。大丈夫、私は断固気にしない。かっこいいけど気にしよう、お姉ちゃん。はい。
Having these kinds of ordinary conversations with Nao, I feel a little more relaxed. I'm still not feeling hungry though. I manage to change into my pajamas and crawl into bed while Nao sits down at her desk to do some studying. But she's kind enough not to say anything about my own schoolwork.
あそっか。
I mutter to myself. It's my name, a name I even quite like.
あそっか。
And that's my name, which is not really my name, the name of the part of me which I don't know. It's the way Itsuki refers to me.
私は抜け子。
A fake copy.
失礼すぎる。 ちゃん？なんでもない。そう？気にしないで。
This is what I say to now, but I feel so agitated. Your sister is feeling so agitated.
こっちだって好きで記憶喪失やってんじゃないのに。
Asuka. 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 She called my name so many times, but I didn't hear myself in it. Itsuki doesn't care a single bit about who I am now, and she's not even trying to hide it. In her unconcerned way.
なんなんだよ、畜生。
I'm feeling angry now. Itsuki doesn't think anything of me. This feeling that she doesn't care a jot about me.
こっちはちょっと気になってるって言うのに。
As I mutter this to myself, I pause. I'm surprised by my own words, or rather than surprised, I'm confused. Confused by the meaning of these words.
気になってるの？私。いやいや、そんなバカな。
Itsuki's the kind of person I don't usually take to. If she wasn't always inviting me to the karaoke place to talk to me about the past, there would be no way we'd be spending time together like that with just the two of us. I think she'd agree with that. Itsuki only has business with my past self, but even though I understand that...
嫌なやつなんだから。
Yes, she is, in whatever way I look at her.
私は腹が立ってんだ。だから考えちゃうんだ。お姉ちゃん？
Now calls out to me again from her desk.
ごめん。勉強の邪魔しちゃってる。そんなことないけど、どうしたの？あのさ、嫌いだし、その人のことなんてよく考えたくもないんだけど、ついつい考えちゃうってことあるかな。
Nell thinks about it for a few moments.
あるんじゃないかな。場合によってはそれって好きより強かったりするよね。どういうこと？ものすごく好きな人とものすごく嫌いな人が一緒にいるとこにお姉ちゃん行きたいと思う？それなら行かないって思う？なるほど。行かないかも。我慢するかもしんない。でしょ？そういうこと。ナオは言っちゃうけどね。嫌いな人を排除しちゃえばいいやって思うから。
Murder.
武闘派ナオ危険人物ですから。まあでもそのものすごく好きな人がものすごく嫌いな人のことを好きだったりしたらそうもいかないんだろうね。どういうこと？
Nell's theory has gotten pretty complicated, so I feel like I have a big question mark over my head. Even though she doesn't really express it, there's a hidden smile playing around Nell's lips.
人間関係って難しいねって話だよ。まったくです。
After her apt summarization, Nell returns to her books. I go back to staring at the bottom of the upper bunk.
嫌いで腹が立ってだから考えちゃう。
Yes, that's how it is. That's the conclusion.
アスカ。
Hearing her refer to me that way really annoys me, but still. But in this whirlpool of emotions inside my chest, there's also something which feels close to sadness.
なんだよ、もう。
Human relationships, people in general, are so complicated. And again, school life goes on. And once more, 1 week after we met at the karaoke place.
また来てるし、私。呼んだから、私が。カラオケって歌を歌うところだと思ってた。いや、結構会議や密談にも使われてんだよ。店もそういう利用もどうぞって宣伝してるしさ。でも歌うために来たかった。
My shoulders drop in disappointment.
歌えば1曲2曲くらい待ってられるよ。いや、いいっす。そんな気分になれそうもないっていうか、こないだの続きなんでしょ。ま、そうだね。アスカの話は散々したけど、し忘れてたことあってさ。
I wince. Every time I hear my name from Itsuki's mouth, it hurts a little in my chest.
まだ悪行が。ああ、今日はそういう話じゃねえよ。
I feel puzzled.
むしろ一番大事な話。アスカと昨夜のこと。
About me and Miss Sakia. What does she mean by the most important part?
アスカと昨夜は私たちのグループのリーダーみたいな存在だった。アスカは確かにバカでバカだったけど。リーダーシップも間違いなくあってさ、私たちを引っ張ってくれてた。ま、やり方がいつもむちゃくちゃだったからしょっちゅう昨夜と喧嘩してたけど、それこそ毎日のようにね。昨夜がアスカを叱ってる声を聞かなかった日なんてない。うわぁ。私はだいたいいつも昨夜の背中で昨夜にかばわれてて、二人が言い争ってるのを聞いてばかりだった。
There's something in Itsuki's voice, a yearning for those days of a distant past. I see myself reflected in Itsuki's pupils, but at the same time I don't. The girl Itsuki is seeing isn't me. It makes me feel sad.
昨夜はいっつも困ってたよ。手明かされてさ。でも私は気づいたんだ。ある時昨夜はアスカに小言言ってる時が一番生き生きしてるって。私はいつも昨夜にかばわれて守られて優しくされてたけど、昨夜を笑顔にすることはできなかった。笑顔。アスカはよく昨夜を怒らせてたけど笑わせてもいた。昨夜ってあんま笑わないキャラだけど、たまに笑ってみせるときはいつもアスカのせいだった。アスカだけが昨夜を笑わせられてた。
Itsuki's eyes shine as she says this.
私はさ、
There's a somewhat embarrassed tone to Itsuki's voice.
そんな二人を見てるのが本当はちょっと好きだったんだ。だから二人が付き合ってるって知った時も別に驚かなかった。こんなの言ったことねえけどな、昨夜にもアスカにも。
Asuka.
呼ばないで。センターが火災で焼失して昨夜と再会できて、アスカは亡くなったって知らされて、昨夜のショックはすごかった。表向きはそんな素振り見せなかったけど、私はなんとか昨夜を支えたいって考えたけど無理だった。そんくらい大きかったんだ、昨夜にとってアスカは。呼ばないで。それは私じゃない。 だから私は自分がアスカの代わりになるしかないって、自分がアスカになるしかないって、そう思った。必死で自分を改造した。まあ涙ぐましい努力だったよ。素質もあったみたいだけど。
Itsuki's words are whirling through my mind. Unfamiliar, mysterious feelings are rushing through my system. I can't seem to classify these feelings as anger, sadness, indifference, or any other clear emotion. It's so weird. Even though I'm merely a fake copy, an empty shell, I feel so full of emotions.
あれ？私、泣きそうになってる。
I feel as if the corners of my eyes are gradually growing hot. But I don't understand it myself, where this is coming from. Maybe it's frustration.
本人認めないけど、昨夜はまだアスカのことが好きなんだ。そして死んだと思ってたアスカが生きてたって分かった。だったら私にできることは一つしかない。何？それって。昨夜とアスカのよりを戻させる。それが私の目的だよ。
I knew it. I figured this was the case, and what's more, I already know what she's going to say next without even needing to hear it. Itsuki wants to get Sakya and Asuka back together, and not me. She wants the real Asuka, not the fake copy which I am, so... That's why she's been wanting me to regain my memories.
なんだこれ。
The storm of feelings in my chest, mixed into the anger and sadness, there's even a sense of astonished laughter in there.
わけわかんない。だからさ、バカみたい。
Itsuki looks at me with a threatening expression as I mutter this.
アスカって、いつきじゃん。何がだよ。アスカを意識してるのがだよ。
Something bursts open inside of me.
涙出る。
Though I don't want to cry, I can't hold it back.
昨夜のためとか、昨夜を思ってとか、そんなこと言って本当は自分のためじゃないの？アスカが死んでショック受けてた。それ、昨夜さんよりいつきの方がそうだったんじゃないの？わけわかんない。
The only thing I do understand is that Itsuki doesn't care about me in even the slightest possible way. It's just as if I don't exist to her. As if I'm transparent to her, just like an empty patch of air. Even though I'm here in front of her, she isn't looking at me. I never knew that could be so painful. Even though I already knew that Itsuki doesn't want anything to do with me.
何バカなこと言ってんだ。やめろ。やだ、やめないよ。昨夜さんを支えるためとか言ってさ。本当は自分のためにアスカがいなくなってできた穴を埋めるためにアスカを目指したんじゃないの？アスカを意識して特別視して憧れて、でも自信がないからそれを表には出せなくて。おい、まだアスカにこだわってるのは昨夜さんじゃなくていつきの方じゃんか。やめろ。
She bumps into me as she yells. She pushes me up to the wall, holding both of my arms in place. And immediately, Itsuki's face is right in front of mine.
怒ってる。
There's true anger written on her face. Itsuki's hot breath touches my face.
ふざけたこと言ってんな。怒るぞ。もう怒ってんじゃん。図星だからでしょ。違う、そんなことない。あるよ、わかるもん。いつきがアスカの話してるとき、私ずっと真ん前にいたんだよ。目の前にいる私のことなんか全然見ないでさ、 アスカのことばっかり。よっぽど好きだったんだね。咲夜さんより好きだったんじゃない？だったらわかるよ、そんなに必死なの。やめろって言ってるだろうが。ここにいるのはアスカじゃない。アスカなんだ。
If someone were listening to us now, it wouldn't make any sense, but
涙止まんない。
I must look like some girl throwing a tantrum at the one who's rejected me, desperately trying to cling on. Itsuki's blue eyes are right in front of me, those mysterious lying eyes that don't expose a single clue of what she might be thinking about.
わかった。わかったからちょっと黙れよ。やだよ、黙らない。黙らせたかったら力ずくでどうぞ。できるんならね、気弱っかな樹ちゃん。
She covers my lips. With her own. She's making me shut up, just like I told her to. With a kiss, without a single trace of gentleness. My mind is stuck. I don't have any feeling in my lips. Everything is simply frozen in place. Am I really kissing Itsuki?
なんで？
The chaos which had already been going on in my mind has just become even more chaotic.
ほら。
Itsuki withdraws her lips. She lets go of my arms too. I'm left dumbfounded.
で、話せなかったからな。口使った。嘘だよ。こんなのキスでもなんでもない。手の代わりにしただけだ。
Ouch.
今日は帰る。フロントで金払っとくから、延長料金取られる前にお前も出ろよ。
Itsuki speaks plainly before leaving. I'm left by myself in the room. I drag myself to the sofa and drop myself down.
嘘って。
That wasn't a kiss? No, it wasn't a real kiss. Itsuki said so herself. So it was merely some form of aggression. I don't know. I was the one who suggested she make me shut up, though. Yes, I did say that, but still. There's so many feelings inside of me that I can't seem to process. Ouch.
胸が痛い。
I lazily look up at the ceiling. Ouch.
そっか。私、傷ついてるんだ。
I lazily muttered to myself.
無理やりキスされたから。好きでもない相手にキスされたから。こんなのキスじゃないって言われたから。わかんねえ。
I don't understand it at all. Ouch, ouch. The only thing which is clear is the pain in my heart. The reality of the matter is that I feel hurt.
嫌いだ。
I hate Itsuki.
だってひどいことするし、言うし。
I hate her. I've decided that I hate her now.
ちくしょう。
I was the one who suggested she make me shut up, though, but still. I know that I'm the foolish one here, but still. But a fool's lips are still every bit as precious as they are for anyone. I'm experiencing such a whirlpool of anger and regret, an inexplicable sense of defeat.
歌ってやる。
I muttered to myself, filled with frustration. I sluggishly get up and move myself to grab the microphone and remote control.
あ、時間まだあるよね。
I check and see that I still have more than 30 minutes.
演歌なめんな。言っておくけど、フラミ節ソングいっぱいあるんだからな。
I angrily attack the keys of the remote control. I cue up a bunch of melancholic songs with themes such as being dumped by a lover or getting separated by death. The intro of the first song starts playing. The video on the display is of some nostalgic scene. I grabbed the microphone tightly with both hands.
Itsuki!
I sing as loud as I can.
Itsuki!
I continue singing powerfully and fiercely.
Tadaima, Nao-chan. どうしたのお姉ちゃん、その声。ああ、気合い入れて歌いすぎちゃって。ああ、いいよ喋らなくて。とりあえずうがいしてきて。その間に喉を潤せるように温かいお茶入れておくから。ありがとう。いいから声出さないで。あ、喉飴あったはずだから。
I head to the bathroom as I feel Nao's kindness rekindle my sense of sanity. I gargle and look in the mirror.
振られてやけになった女みたい。私。
That's so pathetic. I sluggishly move myself back to the room.
はい、お姉ちゃん。
Nao hands me a hot drink. This isn't tea.
ああ、それね。前に何かで読んだんだけど、お湯にのど飴溶かして飲むと喉にいいんだって。まだ溶けきってないから、少しずつね。
Little by little. Tears are slowly welling up in my eyes. If I ever marry, I'd like a girl like Nao. I would never choose anyone like Itsuki. Though I've heard there are people in the world who fall in love with such people.
あれ？咲夜さんがそういう人ってことになるのかな？
I feel like I shouldn't think too deeply into it. So at the end of the day, I started hating Itsuki. And coming to hate Itsuki has started changing some things in me.
はい、よくできました。合格ですよ、大幸あすかさん。よっしゃー！ものすごい集中力でしたね。最近他の先生方からもぐんぐん伸びていると聞いていますし。いえ、まだまだ行きます。
My grades have started getting better.
クラスで上位に入るのもそう遠くないかもしれませんね。うん、ナオなんてすぐ抜かれそう。
Now smiling brightly.
お姉さんですから。
I don't have any choice but to focus on my studies. In order to stop thinking about Itsuki, in order to chase her out of my head. Itsuki's looking at me, but I need to ignore her. After the day of that forceful kiss, which wasn't a kiss, I've decided to avoid Itsuki completely. She's invited me several times since then to meet her at the karaoke place to tell me more about the past, but I've never been. I've been putting all of my available focus on studying, during classes, during breaks, and even after coming home from school. It's the first time I've ever really hated someone. As far as I can remember, at least. I just feel so much hatred for her that I don't know how else to deal with it. I decided not to think about it, and in order for it not to pop up inside my head, I've enveloped myself completely in my studies, to such an extent that even Nao's amazed by it.
さて、レポート書いちゃおう、レポート。
I hate studying and I've never been good at it. I find it pretty amazing myself how, when motivated by something I hate even more, I can bring myself to focus that much on studying.
じゃ、ナオ、お茶入れるね。ありがとう、ナオちゃん。よし、やるぞ。
Getting home from school, I immediately sit down at my desk to study. As I take my books and pens from my bag, The image of Itsuki looking at me as if she had something to say comes floating up in my mind. I shake my head. Let's think about something different until Nao finishes the tea. About Misakia. Because her situation at home has been complicated, Misakia has been tending to skip a lot of classes this whole time. Due to all the classes she's missed, it'll be very difficult for her to catch up with it all through supplementary lessons or her own efforts, so she told me she might repeat the year. I mutter this to myself. I don't know. It's just, it'll be sad if I won't be able to graduate as a nurse alongside Misakia. But before that, let's first focus on my own studies. Even though my grades have improved, I used to be just barely above the pass line before, so I still have a long way to go. New Asuka! And I realized that I've gotten a little too caught up there. A me who's not really me. That's a dangerous thought. Dangerous because it reminds me of Itsuki. Nao's voice shocks me back into reality. Nyahaha. I laugh slyly like a cat. It would be clear to any onlooker that something must have happened between Itsuki and me. Nao hasn't asked or made any remarks about it ever since, though. She's probably just being considerate to me. Or maybe, because Nao has always had concerns about Itsuki, she might just be genuinely relieved. Relieved that I put some distance between Itsuki and me. And like that, I go on to spend my night like a true grade A student. Getting to bed at night is the difficult part. Nothing to do and nothing to distract myself with. I look up at the bottom of the bed where Nao is sleeping right now. As I lay there, Itsuki's face suddenly pops into my mind.
Asuka-san.
I feel a throbbing pain in my chest. As I mutter this, I don't even understand the meaning of this why. I turn over on my side. The more I think this, the more she pops into my mind. I squeeze my eyes shut. I can see the night sky in my mind's eye. The sensation of the wind on the back of Itsuki's scooter. I toss and turn from my left to my right side and back again. I keep on tossing and turning like this until I ultimately doze off and fall asleep. It's Itsuki's fault. Oh, how I hate her. The summer vacation has started. Itsuki has still been commuting to school from home, so our opportunities to come across each other have markedly decreased. I sometimes get emails from her with titles such as "We have to talk," but I've been ignoring all of them. I'm just immersing myself every day in my mountain of school tasks. One evening, I hear Nao muttering this to herself from the kitchen. Then she pops her head through the doorway. No, you're gonna run into her at this door.
でもちょっと息抜きしよっかなって思ってたとこなんだ。根詰めすぎも良くないし。そう？うん、そうだね。じゃあお願い。オッケー。じゃあお使いに行ってくれる偉い子なお姉ちゃんにご褒美。かき氷買ってくるお小遣いをあげましょう。
Ooh, a snow cone.
やった、なおちゃん太っ腹。
After this interaction, more like one between a mother and child than between sisters, I take off.
かき氷、かき氷。
Rather than walking, I'm joyfully skipping. By the way, my favorite flavor of snow cone is condensed milk and strawberry syrup. Condensed milk with strawberry is the ultimate combination, although it's really sticky. In fact, condensed milk is the ultimate ingredient. I'd love to try drinking condensed milk straight from the tube. With such sweet imaginations in my head, I leave the dorm.
いや、シャキリと頭を引き締めるには、今日はレモン味にするか?
As I tilt my head, weighing my options, I set out towards a little shop close to the dorm. When suddenly, I hear a car horn from behind. I've been walking well on the side of the road, so I suspiciously look over my shoulder. It's a bright red, trendy-looking sports car which approaches me from behind. I decide to halt for a moment to let the car pass.
赤い派手。
That's a car I've never seen around here. I thought it would just pass me by, but instead it's slowing down. As I'm wondering what's up, the bright red car stops next. Whoa. Hold up. Why did... the bright red car stops next to me. The window zooms down, and I see the face of the driver. It's a woman with brown hair who looks like she's off to a party. She's wearing sunglasses and is looking at me.
すみません。ちょっと道を聞いてもいいですか？わかんなくなっちゃって。
Oh, that explains it. Now I understand.
いいですよ、いいですよ。この辺りなら。博愛寮っていう建物に行きたいんですけど。え？
I feel a little surprised. That's the name of my dormitory. This person has business with one of the residents from Hakuran Dormitory. Maybe she's family or something like that. At any rate, I can easily give her the directions since it's only about 10 minutes from here on foot.
ああ、それなら簡単です。私、博愛寮の寮生だから。本当？助かる。いい人に声かけちゃった。ラッキー。それでですね。
Hearing her happy response is making me feel a little proud myself. As I explain the way to her, pointing out the directions, the woman remarks,
ごめん、ちょっと待って。地図あるから、それで教えてもらえる？
As she says this, she picks up a map she had lying on the passenger seat. It's so close that a map might actually make it more complicated than it is. Never mind, I think to myself, and lean forward towards the car window. Oh no, we're getting kidnapped. I look at the map which the woman is holding, and I stretch out my hand to point out the way. A fragrance touches my nostrils, maybe the woman's perfume. It's a strong, intense smell.
あんまり好きくない匂いだな。
When suddenly,
はい、ゲット。
the woman's voice suddenly changes. She grabs me by the wrist and strongly pulls me towards her. My head bumps hard into the window frame, and at the same time as the pain of it dawns onto me, I can feel something cold and hard press onto my neck. And then,
スイッチオン。
a shockwave enters me as I hear a zapping sound. My consciousness grows dim. I open my eyes, becoming aware of a throbbing headache. I still find myself in the dark. I find myself leaning against a hard wall, and the floor under my buttocks feels cold. I notice that I've been blindfolded. That's the only thing I can make out. Of course I'm feeling panicked. Wanting to take off the blindfold, I notice that I can't move my arms. Have I been tied up? I try to move my legs, but I notice that my legs are tied as well. My panic quickly reaches a peak.
Ah, 起きたか。そろそろとは思ってたけど。赤い車に乗ってた人の声。赤い車の人ですよね。おうよ。さっきはどうも。これって何なんですか？
I asked as I squirm.
何なんだってな。そりゃ誘拐だろ。誘拐。あれ？もしかしてわかんない？これだからゆとりはよ。いえ、誘拐の意味くらいわかりますけど。だったら理解しろよな。てめえは私に誘拐されたんだよ。オッケー？はあ。
Tick, tick, tick is the sound of the clock of reality slowly dawning on me.
でかい声出すなよ。うっせえな。だって誘拐ってお金とかそんなの目的でうちは平凡な。ああ、はいはい、黙れ。
I'm kicked in the stomach. My mind still in utter confusion, I freeze up. I freeze up in terror. This act of violence, carried out without hesitation, proves to me that this is not the type of person I'm used to dealing with. As this simple thought enters my mind, I'm worried that I might wet my pants.
そうさ、おとなしくしててくれればいいんだよ、アスカちゃん。私の名前。そりゃ知ってるさ。大事なターゲットの名前だからな。どういうこと？
I've been this woman's target from the very beginning. But why?
そうだな。説明すんのも面倒くさいし。こうすりゃ一発でわかるか。
I don't get the meaning of what she's saying. And then, though I can't see it, I can feel a hand reaching out to me.
ほら。
The woman tears the blindfold off me. The light of the space suddenly comes burning into my eyes. At the same time, I look at my surroundings with a strong sense of disbelief. For a moment, I feel as if I've been having some kind of hallucination. I've been here only once before, but I remember it clearly. The experience was unforgettable.
Laboratory.
It's the headquarters of Itsuki's video game development club.
そりゃItsukiがつけたカモフラージュ用の名前だよ。ここは灰沢小児医療センターがなくなった後、その残党、私らのことだけど、残党どもが集まって作ったグループ、ラボラトリーの拠点さ。
I take a big gulp of air and look at the woman. A cover. Survivors. Laboratory.
Itsukiからは聞いてないんだよな。あいつ言ってないって言ってたし。まあ昔あいつの女に私らに協力してるのがバレそうになったんだと。でとっさに連絡取ってるのは趣味の集まりってことにしたらしいんだわ。それでつけたのが萌え萌えラボラトリー、通称ラボってところは同じ。その方がバレにくいだろうからってな。
Even though I hear what the woman is saying, I can't really comprehend it. What's she talking about?
あげく本当にゲーム作りまで始めた時はバカじゃねって思ったもんさ。あなたは。ああ、Itsukiから聞いてないか？クラクスミカ。なんか ラボの中じゃ過激派扱いされてさ、リアリストって呼べよな。ムカつく。
クラクスミカ。
I feel like I've heard this name before. Yes, if I remember correctly, she was the person who was responsible for the illustrations for Prima.
いつきからはゲームの絵を描く人だって。
あ？ふざけんな。描けねえし描きたくもねえよ。絵もあいつが描いてんだ。
My words are stuck in my throat. I feel like I can't say another thing.
まだ何にも理解できてねえって面だな。
そりゃだって
まあ場合によっちゃここで命を落とすことになるのかもしんねえし、しゃあねえ。面倒だけど教えてやるか。
命って。
黙って聞け。蹴るぞ。
Nod. I already found out that she's not the type of person who bluffs, so I immediately fall silent. And besides, I think it might be better just to listen to what she has to say anyway.
もともと私たちは灰沢小児医療研究センターって場所で働いてた。私は警備員みたいな仕事だったけど、研究者やってた連中もいる。佐野ひろみとは会ってんだろ確か。あいつはそっち研究畑の人間だった。センターはさ、まあ表向きはその名前の通り難しい病気を抱えたガキどもを治療するための施設って触れ込みだったけど、実態はそんなお偉いもんじゃなかった。
癒しの手とかそういう力の素養を持った子供を研究してたって。
あ？なんだ知ってんのかよ。大幸あすかって記憶なくしてんじゃねえの？
それは話として聞いたってだけで。
ああ、Itsukiが話したのか。あいつこっちに報告してたことと全然違うじゃねえかよ。やっぱ殺すしかねえな。
There's no hesitation in her speech. She means it. I feel no surprise or fear, maybe because my senses have already gone numb. I find myself just numbly listening to her words.
だったら話は早え。センターはなくなって、そこで働いてた私らも行き場をなくした。センターじゃ犯罪じみたことばっかやってたから、そこを追ん出されてもどうしようもなかった。で、私らはつるんで活動することにしたのさ。所長の研究を引き継ぐみたいにしてな。だからグループ名はラボラトリー。
Laboratory.
まあ立ち上げたリーダーは絶賛行方不明中なんだけど。
行方不明。
どっかで死んでるんだろう。多分死体も残らない形でな。いろいろ危ない橋渡ってたし。
どこの世界の話だろう。
I find myself wondering if those kinds of things can really be happening in the country I've been living in. It's so disturbing.
とにかくセンターじゃいろいろ非合法な研究してて、どうやらそれは金になるらしいって分かった。そういう意味じゃ所長の研究を引き継いだって言っても志は全く別。所長はよくわからん研究使命に燃えてたみたいだけど、私らは研究を金に変えることしか興味ねえから。
はあ。
で、稼ぐためには所長の研究の成果ってやつが必要だが、これが肝心なところがすげえ厳重に隠されててよ。センターがなくなった後に私らがどんだけ調べても全然わからねえでやんの。じゃあ切り口変えるかってセンターにいた被験体ガキどもの中に何か知ってるやつがいないかって調べ出して、 そこで樹と知り合って。
And that's when we got to know Itsuki.
いつき。
あいつは私らに協力することになったんだ。正式にメンバーに加わったわけじゃねえけどな。自分が協力する代わりに咲夜には近づくなってよ。
咲夜さんを守るために。
で、てめえだよ、大幸飛鳥。ここでてめえの名前が出てくるんだよな。
私？
センターがなくなった後、てめえは死亡ってことで処理されてた。遺体が見つかったわけでもねえのに、行方不明って段階をすっ飛ばして死亡ってな。で、死んだはずのてめえが実は生きてたって樹から報告があって、しかも都合よくセンターにいた間の記憶だけがないときたんだ。
As she says this, her gaze moves sharply towards me, as if her eyes are trying to pierce right through me.
どうよ、匂うだろう。最初に言い出したのはヒロミだった。大幸飛鳥の記憶喪失はできすぎてる。だとすれば、その失われてる記憶に何か秘密があるんじゃないかってな。
そんな。
From utter surprise, my bound-up body makes a little jump.
私に秘密はないよ、そんなの。私だって。
それを決めるのはてめえじゃねえ。少なくとも記憶をなくしてるてめえじゃな。
Feeling threatened, I keep silent. There's a throbbing pain in my heart. I'm feeling it again. I feel as if the current me is being ignored again. It's making me feel frustrated and depressed.
言っとくとよ、ないならないでいいのさ。ただ、私らもだいぶ手詰まりでな。可能性があるなら、どんなことでもチャレンジってわけだ。
It's just that we're finding ourselves in quite a bind here, so as long as there's any possibility of discovering something new, we're not going to give up without a fight.
涙ぐましいだろう。なのに、樹と来たら、大幸飛鳥の件は自分に任せろって言って聞かねえし。
The scene from last year comes floating up in my mind when I saw Itsuki calling on her phone.
その件は私に一任だろ。あげくな、何の結果も出さねえうちに大幸飛鳥への調査は打ち切り、以後調査追跡対象からは除外するとか決めてよ。聞けるかそんな話なあ。だから私が動いたんだ。
Made a move. She means the fact that she abducted me and took me here to the laboratory.
ああ、喋りすぎて喉乾いた。茶飲んでこよ
う。After saying this, she walks away from me and disappears into another room. The kitchen, maybe. Being left alone, I feverishly start thinking. This whole story has been such a shock. It's all such a shock, but if this lady's story were true, then all of Itsuki's actions up to now suddenly make sense.
嘘だよ。
Those were the words she said to me when we met for the first time at Teiso Academy. Everything has been a lie all along. Probably everything Itsuki has ever told me has been a lie. She's a liar after all. Oh, but she did begin by telling me it's not what it seems. I guess that was the truth, at least. I don't know.
っていうか、私、樹のこと考えてる。
Well, considering the situation, I guess I can't help it. But because for all this time I've been so determined not to think about her, it feels kind of strange.
全然わかんないや、樹のこと。それに。
My words are stuck for a moment, but I say it anyway.
私が樹をどう思ってるのか。
She pisses me off.
ムカつく。
Yes, that's the best way to describe her. Infuriating. Every time I get involved with Itsuki, I end up in some incredible trouble. There hasn't been anything positive about that. She's so infuriating. So infuriating, so infuriating, so infuriating. But the one thing that infuriates me the most?
でも、私、いつきを待ってるのかもしれない。
It's me thinking this. Suddenly, I hear a faint noise. The noise is coming from the window, so I turn to see. The person quietly opening the window and climbing through is no one other than...
いや、
Itsuki! Shh. Just as I'm about to raise my voice, Itsuki signals to me to keep silent. I'm confused. Why did Itsuki come into the window? I don't understand, but it doesn't look like Itsuki's about to explain it to me.
スミカ、キッチン。じゃあすぐに戻ってくるな。正面からやり合ったらこっちが不利だ。私は隠れてるから何とかして隙作ってくれ。隙って。
That sounds really difficult.
とにかくスミカに逆らわず好きにさせてろ。そしたら多分。
Before Itsuki even finishes speaking, there's Sumika's voice from the kitchen.
おーい、てめえも飲むか？
I can hear her footsteps moving back in our direction.
いつき。いいな。好きにさせて油断させるんだ。あとは私が何とかする。信じろ。
With these words, Itsuki steps away from me. She crouches down in the shadow behind a computer rack in the corner of the room. Almost simultaneously, Sumika comes back.
なんで返事しねえんだよ。聞こえてたろ。
それはその。
まあいいけど、喉乾いたら言えよ。茶くらいいつでもやる。
ありがとう。好きにさせるって、好きにさせるってどうやればいいの？
I'm feeling at my wit's end. I don't know. When suddenly...
落ち着いて見てみると。
Sumika crouches down in front of me and brings her face right in front of mine.
かわいい顔してんな。なるほど。いつきが気に入ってるだけはあるか。
いつきが気に入ってる？
That's the first time I've heard that. Frankly, it's hard to believe. Her hand reaches out towards my chest. She grabs me by the shirt and pulls me towards her. Her face is so close.
てめえの唇奪ったら、いつき怒るだろうな。それも面白い。
唇って。
キスするってことだよ。初めてってわけじゃねえんだろ。
Her face comes even closer. A kiss?
キスされちゃう。
For a moment, I feel an intense desire to resist. Save.
セーブしました。
Okay, let's do the good ending first, so don't resist. I don't want her to kiss me, but just let her do what she wants to put her off guard. I'll take care of the rest.
信じろ。
Trust me, her words are running through my mind. I let go of my resistance. Sumika looks at me, amused.
へえ、抵抗しないんだ。結構乗り気とか？
違う。
いいね。じゃあキスの先まで楽しんじゃってもいいか。
キスの先って。
Her face comes even closer. Her hands are touching my skin. A cold chill runs up my spine. And just as my heart calls out to her, I hear Itsuki's voice, and in the same instant, Sumika's body is knocked to the side. Itsuki kicks her from behind. Her head smashes into the wall, and the next moment, she's looking at Itsuki with disbelief. Itsuki kicks her again. Sumika passes out, and her body collapses to the floor. Through everything that just happened, I'd forgotten to blink my eyes even once. Itsuki looks at me. I look back up at her with a dumbfounded expression. I wonder to myself again. As my mind tries to come to terms with everything that has happened, while I still find myself in a state of utter astonishment, Itsuki comes closer. She speaks to me as she's loosening the ropes that I've been tied up with. Itsuki offers her hand to me. I take it without saying anything. I stand up. Even as she asks me this, I still can't manage to utter a single word. I just silently shake my head. Inside my mind, there's a feeling of happiness and relief that Itsuki has come to save me. This question keeps on repeating itself again and again inside my mind. Why?
大崎妹から電話あってさ、買い物に出たお姉ちゃんが帰ってこないって、私と会ってるかもって思ったらしい。で、もしかしてって思って来てみたら、スミカの車があってさ、ビンゴだった。
It's as if Itsuki had read my mind. But actually, not quite. That's not what I mean by why. What I really want to know is the reason why.
ヒロミに連絡して、スミカのことは警察に引き渡してもらう。後始末はヒロミに任せて、私らは行こうぜ。バイクで来てるから寮まで送るよ。
Itsuki talks to me in the way she always does. I get onto Itsuki's big scooter, which was parked in front of the apartment. The summer night air is still a little warm, and even after the scooter has gained some speed, it doesn't feel that chilly. As we're driving along, both Itsuki and I remain silent. The stars are sparkling in the night sky, those faraway stars. I can't help thinking about it again. She drops me off in front of the station.
ここからは歩いて帰れるか？ほら、寮まで行ったら大崎妹にすげえ怒られそうだからさ。
Itsuki gets off as well, so we're both standing there facing each other.
一人で平気。
Whoops. Arigato. Because of this eternal why repeating itself in my mind again and again, I had forgotten to thank her, but then I finally say it. Itsuki shakes her head with a serious expression.
マジで悪かった。
気にしないでよ。ちゃんと助けてもらっちゃったし。
Why?
そんなの分かってるじゃん。私。
Itsuki keeps silent with a rare expression of guilt on her face. Noticing this, I laugh.
でもよかったよね。私に何かあったら、それってアスカが戻ってこれないってことでもあるもんね。そしたら困るでしょ、いつきも。
お前
なんか避けたり無視したりしててごめんね。助けてくれたお礼ってんじゃないけど、また付き合うから。昔の話。記憶取り戻せるように努力してみるし。よろしくお願いします。
I don't even understand why I'm saying this myself. Itsuki's the one who wants to bring Misaki and Asuka back together. Though I do still have my doubts about that.
咲夜さんと私がどうこうっていうのはどうなるかわかんないけど。
Even though I'm speaking to her so positively, Itsuki isn't giving me any reply. Itsuki remains silent for a few moments. In the meanwhile, car after car passes by, and a few trains arrive at the station before departing again. Then Itsuki opens her mouth and stutters.
そうだな。
She averts her gaze as she's saying just the single word. I have no idea even to what exactly she's saying yeah. Then Itsuki gets back on her scooter and speaks without looking at me, almost as if she were talking to herself.
もうこんなこと起きないようにするから。
Murder.
アスカに迷惑はかけない。二度とこんなことないから安心して。
Something strikes me as odd.
でも
I'm sensing something strange about Itsuki's behavior, but I don't know what it is, and I don't know the meaning behind it. As I'm wondering about this, Itsuki continues.
ラボは潰す。本当はもっと早くそうすべきだったんだ。
潰すって。
I want to ask her how, but she's already taking off. She quickly disappears into the distance, out of my range of vision. I'm left standing alone in front of the station. I try repeating Itsuki's words in my mind, but I don't have even the slightest idea how she could go about getting rid of the lab. Blowing it up, you fool. There's some things which you can't figure out just by thinking about them, so I decide to go back to the dorm. I start walking, but then halt in place again.
お醤油まだ買ってないや。
From that night onward, Itsuki has removed herself from my surroundings. I'm rolling around in my bed. Holding my smartphone in my hand, I open my message history. There are several texts which I sent to Itsuki, but not a single reply. The tables have been turned. In the past, I was the one who ignored her.
仕返しか。
This thought has occurred to me, but...
ないか。ないな。よっと。
I sit up and climb out of bed. Now's at school. Since she's usually the teacher's little favorite, she's helping the teacher with some tasks.
もうこんなこと起きないようにするから。アスカに迷惑はかけない。二度とこんなことないから安心して。ラボは潰す。本当はもっと早くそうすべきだったんだ。
That's what Itsuki told me, but that was at the start of the summer vacation, already 2 weeks ago.
会ってないといえば、咲夜さんも。
Misaki hasn't been coming to school for longer than that. I guess her situation at home must be tough.
私と樹のこと、咲夜さんに言ってない。
Though I mutter this to myself, I don't have a clue what exactly I should say to her.
あなたの恋人からあなたとより戻すように言われてるんだ。
Even just imagining it makes me feel ridiculous.
ダメだ、意味わかんない。だいたい私はどうするんだっていうのが。
Or rather...
どうしたいって思ってるのか。
Suddenly, my smartphone starts ringing in my hand. Surprised by the sudden call, I look at the display. For a moment, I wonder if it might be Itsuki, but I'm wrong.
ひろみさん。
The name and numbers shown on my display are those of Hiromi Sano, from the cutesy laboratory, or just the laboratory rather. Thinking about it, I suppose I must have exchanged numbers with her last summer at the event. I wonder what she's calling me for.
もしもし。
I pick up the call.
あ、アスカちゃん。私、佐野ひろみ。
I can hear Miss Hiromi's voice. Her tone is bright, but I also pick up a sense of tiredness in her voice.
はい。
Miss Hiromi might know where Itsuki is right now, and what she's been up to. I decide to ask her as this thought passes my mind.
いつきから聞いてる？え？やってくれたわ、あの子。ラボを潰すって。
I take a gulp of air, so Itsuki was serious.
はい。でも詳しくは全然。
難しい話じゃないわ。ラボ、ゲームサークルの方じゃないラボね。
Miss Hiromi speaking to me on the assumption that I know what she's talking about. Well, I do know what she's talking about.
まあいろいろ非合法なことやってたし、危ない役も出たし。そういう証拠を一切合切警察に流しやがったのよ、いつきは。おかげでラボの人員はバラバラ。私もしばらく隠れてたけど、ここまでみたい。そろそろ逃げきれない。これが最後になるわね。
I'm lost for words. After all, this conversation is so surreal. But then something crosses my mind.
じゃあいつきも逮捕されちゃうの？
しないでしょうね。いろいろ調べられはしたみたいだけど。何せあの子、厳密にはラボの人間じゃなかったし。
Oh, I feel like I've heard that before.
じゃあそのいつきは今。
さあ、わからないわね。私にも。
そうですか。
If even Miss Hiromi doesn't know, I suppose there's no way for me to find out. After summer vacation started, I sent a message to Miss Sakia asking her, "Have you met up with Itsuki recently?" She replied to me that she hadn't. I sighed without even realizing it.
もうどこ行っちゃったんだよ。
ああ、そうそう、そうじゃなかった。
Miss Hiromi sounds as if she was just reminded of something.
こんな話するためにアスカちゃんに電話したんじゃなかったの。本題。
本題？
フィザードナース、プリマ。
Hearing Miss Hiromi say this comes as a surprise, but at the same time, not really. It's the game the laboratory was working on as a cover. Itsuki told me that the development had been suspended, though, and that it might not get finished. Itsuki wrote the script, the story of it.
あなたのところに送ろうと思って。未完成だけど。
はい？
データを CD に焼いてね。一応エンディング手前まではプレイできるはずよ。ああ、分岐も全然仕上げてないからクリックするだけの一本道だけど。
私のところに？
ええ、パソコンの中に残しておいてもしょうがないものだし、いつきのところに送ってもね。アスカちゃんは公式レイヤーなんだし、持っててもらうにはふさわしいかなって思って。
そうかな。
I don't really understand.
まだ出してないけど、多分4、5日中には届くはずよ。
はあ。あ、そうだ。
何かしら。一応あまり悠長に話してもいられないんだけど。
一つだけ聞いてもいいですか？
いいわ、一つだけ。でも手短にお願い。
なんでプリマは制作中断したんですか
Miss Hiromi keeps silent for a moment.
私のせいなのかしらね。
ひろみさんの？
私にもわからないけれど。言ったのよ。途中までできてたプリマを走らせてる時に気づいたこと。
昔あった特撮番組のエンジェリックパワードに似てるわねって。エンジェリックパワード。
I've never heard of this TV show.
その日の夜、いつき一人でプリマに触ってたみたいだけど、翌日にね、作るのやめたって言い出して、そのまま。でもなんで？さあ、そこまでは。ごめんなさい、そろそろ電話切るわ。移動しないと。ちょっと待って。
I say this even though I don't think she can wait any longer. But though I thought she'd hang up right away, that doesn't happen either. At last, Miss Hiromi says one more thing.
あの子、いつきはあなたのためにラボを潰したのね。
After Miss Hiromi says this, the line is disconnected. That night, I lie on my bed sending text messages. Where are you now? No reply. You're reading my messages, aren't you? Please answer me. No reply. Come on, answer me. No reply. I want to talk about Itsuki. Can we talk? Come to my dorm room tomorrow. I'll be there. After classes have ended, I head towards Itsuki's and Miss Sakia's room. I stand in front of the door and ring the bell.
開いているわ。どうぞ。
It's been a while since I heard Miss Sakia's voice. I swallow with an audible gulp and open the door.
いらっしゃい、アスカ。
It's been a while since I've seen Miss Sakia's face.
久しぶり。ずっと実家に？そうね。今日もたまたま。また戻らなくてはいけないわ。大変なんだ。大きな家だとそれなりにね。もともと母はワンマンな当主だったし。そっか。あ、学校は？休学することにしたわ。今日学校に届け出も出してきた。それって留年するということね。来年もう一度2年をやるわ。
I'm not sure how I should respond to that.
現実的な前向きに考えた無理をしない判断よ。これでよかったと思ってる。うん、そうだよね。ずっと大変そうだし。
I understand it logically. My head understands it. But
もう昨夜さんと同じクラスに通えないんだ。まさか私の方が1年遅れるとは思ってなかったけれど、おかしいわね。
Miss Sakia says this and has a little laugh, but I vigorously shake my head.
おかしくなんか。残念だけど。そうね。それで樹の話というのは？
As Miss Sakia brings the conversation to the main topic, my heart starts beating in my throat.
気になって連絡を取ろうとしてみたけれど、電話もメールもつながらないの。これまでそういうことはよくあったからさほど心配はしていないけれど。アスカは事情を知っているの？知ってると言えば知ってるような。ああ、待って。
I was just about to start stuttering my story, but Miss Sakia stops me. I'm a little taken aback.
駅前の果物屋で美味しそうなリンゴを見かけたから買ってきたの。剥くわ。
I notice a grocery bag on the ground near Miss Sakia's feet. It's filled with bright red ripe apples. Misaki enters the kitchen and comes back with a kitchen knife. She sits down on her desk chair and starts peeling one of the apples slowly and carefully.
平気よ。話して。咲夜さん、リンゴの皮剥けたんだ。あら、失礼ね。できないと思っていたの？ほら、お嬢様だし、なんて言いますか。正解よ。剥けるようになったのはそう昔じゃないわ。去年母が倒れて亡くなる前、看病していた頃にね。私が剥いたリンゴを食べたいとわがままを言ってきて。お母さんが。リンゴの皮も剥けない娘を残していけないとか、自分だって剥けないくせにね。へえ。それでItsukiの話あるのでしょ？そうか。
Right, that's why I texted Misaki yesterday night, and that's why I'm here. Not sure how much exactly Misaki knows, I start talking.
咲夜さんが実家に戻ったりしてる間にいろいろあったんだ。順を追って話すね。
I tell her about how Itsuki showed me the video at the karaoke place, and about all the times we met to talk about the past.
まったくあの子ったら。
Misaki heaves a big sigh and speaks with astonishment.
話してしまったのはしょうがないけれど、なお怒っていたでしょ？約束を破ったのだから。ちょっとそうかもしれないけど、でもこうなるんじゃないかって思ってたらしくて、それほど。そうね。私たちはここで会ってしまったのだもの。
We ended up meeting each other again at Teito Academy. Coincidence or destiny?
でも、ItsukiはどうしてそのことをアスカにItsukiから聞いて。何を？私と咲夜さんが昔付き合ってたって。それでItsukiは私に記憶を取り戻させて咲夜さんと復縁させたいって考えてたみたいで。
Misaki stays silent for a long time, but then speaks.
バカね。変わってないわ、昔と。
Misaki mutters this, while her eyes seem to be gazing somewhere far away, seemingly deep in her own world of thoughts. Not sure whether I should have talked about all of this, I can't help but just stand there uneasily. Fidget, fidget. Fidget, fidget. Unable to bear the silence any longer, I decide to ask.
何？
Misaki shifts her gaze towards me.
エンジェリックパワードって知ってる？なぜ？話せば長くなるんだけど。
And like this, I continue the story and tell Misaki about the laboratory. Misaki also knew about Cutesy Laboratory, but she didn't know that it had just been a cover to disguise itself to the outside world. I tell her that even though it was just a cover, they were actually developing a game, but that Itsuki unilaterally decided to cancel the project.
その理由がエンジェリックパワードっていう番組みたいなの。特撮番組って言ってたかな。知っているわ。本当？ええ、よく。センターにいた頃、あなたが好きだったヒーロー番組よ。 私が？
My eyes are wide in surprise. I couldn't have imagined that at all. That I used to be that kind of girl.
あなたはよく主人公の真似をしてごっこ遊びをしていたわ。よっぽど気に入っていたのね。だからあの夜。
Misaki has stopped mid-flow.
あの夜？何？
いいえ、なんでもないわ。忘れ。
気になる。
忘れなさい。
She lightly glares at me and I back off in disappointment. I continue talking about the laboratory. How the cutesy laboratory was actually a group called the Laboratory, how I became their target for investigation, and how I got abducted.
誘拐。
Misaki had been listening quietly up to this point, but as I reach this topic, she does react with shock.
で、樹がラボは潰すって言って、本当に潰れたみたいで。それから、樹がどこに行ったのかはわかんないんだ。私も。
そう。
Misaki drops her tone a little as she says this, and then...
それより、いつから？いつき、普通に呼び捨てにしているわね。
あ、うん。昔の私は呼び捨てにしてたからって、そう呼べって前に。
そう。わかったわ。
I don't feel at all like I explained the whole thing well, but Miss Sakia looks as if she understands the situation.
いろいろなことがあったのね。私がいない間に。あ、ちょっと待っていて。
Miss Sakia picks up the apple she peeled and heads to the kitchen. She comes back with a white plate and 2 small forks. She sits back down on the chair and looks at me.
アスカは、いつきのことが好きなの？
As Miss Sakia asks me this all of a sudden, I feel a shudder course through my body. I can't answer that question. I don't understand why she's asking me this. She's the one who's supposed to be Itsuki's girlfriend. I don't know how to answer.
でも、どうして？
It's obvious how I should really answer this question. I should say that I'm not in love with her, but I can't say that.
どうして？わからない。
I say this.
樹って意地悪だし、何考えてるかわからないし。苦手だし、嫌いだって思ったけど。
Asuka. Though it's my name, it always felt painful when she referred to me like that, but still.
アスカに迷惑はかけない。二度とこんなことないから、安心して。
Thinking about it now, I feel like something's not right about the way she says Asuka. Just remembering her voice makes me feel a tightness across my chest.
今はわからないのね。
うん。ただ、胸が痛いの。
そう。
ごめんなさい。
謝る必要なんてないわ。私が聞いたのよ。
でも、
そう。謝る必要なんてない。
Stab. Miss Sakia plants her fork in one of the apple slices on the plate, and then holds it out to me.
どうぞ。
I hesitantly accept the apple slice. Misaki also picks up a slice for herself with the other fork and elegantly brings it to her mouth. Following her example, I also take a bite from my apple slice. We go on eating the apple for a while without exchanging any words. The apple tastes sweet. After finishing the apple, Miss Sakia takes the fork back from me.
流しに置いてくるわ。
She stands up from the chair and walks over to the kitchen. And then I catch a glimpse of her face as she goes. She looks as if she's crying, but I can also see something like a faint smile on her face.
そうね。いつきは。
I can't catch the last part of her murmur. Two days later, a package is delivered to our dorm room. It's a small cardboard box. Wondering why Hiromi used a whole box just to send a single disc, I accept the package.
なおちゃん。
I take the disc from the box and ask Nao.
なにお姉ちゃん。これってさ、なおちゃんのタブレットパソコンに入れられる？そのままじゃ無理だけど、外付けのドライブつないだわ。
Because I don't know how that works, I'm leaving that to Nao. Nao's doing it for me without even asking about the details. She's such a great sister. And then, about 10 minutes later,
データタブレットに移したよ。これでいけるはずだけど。ありがとう、なおちゃん。ねえ、お姉ちゃん。これってプリモ？未完成らしいけどね。一応遊べるからって。
I explain this to Nao as she hands me the tablet.
そっか。じゃあなお勉強してるから使い方とかわからなかったら聞いて。そうする。
Nao goes to her desk and I sit down on the floor and touch the screen of the tablet. I go ahead and launch the unfinished version of Wizard Nurse Prima. The title screen pops up, but there's no sound or background music. The screen features an innocent-looking girl, Prima, in the signature Prima pose, or in a costume I'm quite familiar with. Her smile looks heroic and cute at the same time.
これが私。
I tap the screen and the game starts. As Miss Hiromi told me, playing this unfinished version of Prima is basically a process of merely clicking through a single storyline. I don't know, though, exactly how similar Prima is to the show called Powered by Angels. I don't know that, but still. After reading on for about an hour, I understand. I understand it completely. The message which Itsuki put into Prima.
自分じゃわからなかったのかな。
I continue reading the story with some breaks in between. It's already nighttime. I exchange goodnights with Nao and continue reading in my bed. Miss Hiromi told me that the game is playable until right before the ending, but the story is already reaching some kind of climax. Prima's facing off against a queen-like character who's been secretly controlling Virilis, the evil force threatening the world. But because Prima has awakened all sorts of special powers inside herself, the queen cannot defeat her. Even so, the queen keeps on attacking. She keeps on attacking again and again, even though Prima suggests they stop fighting.
なんだよ。
And then the battle ends with the queen basically destroying herself. The queen shares her final words with Prima, and then the game stops. I can't see the ending because it hasn't been made yet.
なんだよ、これ。
I mutter this to myself, staring at the still screen. At the end of her battle with Prima, the queen's power starts to run rampant and her body gets consumed, turning her into a monster of unstable energy. And then she proceeds to try to integrate Prima into her own body. But even that seems to be no match against Prima's powers, and the queen's body starts disintegrating. And then the queen's final words. I just wanted to become one with you, Prima.
これって熱烈なラブレターじゃん。
From Itsuki to Asuka. That's the meaning behind Prima. She probably realized it herself after Miss Hiromi pointed it out, but she couldn't admit it. And that's why Itsuki canceled the development of Prima.
なんなんだよ。 こんなさ。
An unfamiliar anger wells up in my chest. If I'd really have to put my feelings into words, I'd have to say I feel grieved that she would have made something like this. Part of me wants to say, "Hey, look at this! Hey, look at this! It's just like I told you, you see?"
くそ。
I put the tablet aside and pick up my smartphone. I call Itsuki's number, but she doesn't pick up. I send her an angry message, but she doesn't reply. Being ignored yet again only adds fuel to my rage.
一言言ってやらないと気が済まない。
Though I'm not sure what exactly I want to say to her.
引きずり出してやらないと気が済まない。
I have no clue how to go about that, though.
ああ、もう。考えろ、私。
My jellyfish-ish brain goes into full operation. My mind is so active that I just can't fall asleep that night. And finally, just around the time when my duller-than-dull mind becomes aware of the first morning light behind the curtains. It comes to me, it seems like my jellyfish-ish brain can produce something good once in a while, too. Could I call this a brilliant idea? But it's a pretty reckless plan, though. I don't think the chance of success is that high either, and in the end, I won't be able to pull it off on my own. I'll need help for this. But this might be the only option.
やってやる。
I know that I won't come out of this unscathed myself, but I have no time to worry about that.
やってやる。
I look at the calendar. I search my memory. There's probably not much time. I'll have to move immediately. A few busy days pass by. First, I make some phone calls.
あ、もしもし。うん、私。いやー、久しぶり。高校出てからなかなか会えなくなっちゃったよね。私なんて寮入っちゃったし。大学楽しい？そっか。看護学校はすごいよ。大変。って違う、そうじゃないんだ。久しぶりの電話でいきなりなんだけど、お願いがあるんだ。協力してほしいことがあって。
I've asked all kinds of people for their help, and I've made all kinds of arrangements. Through a super tight schedule, I've somehow managed to rush all the pieces into place.
うわ、思ったよりお金かかる。ピンチ。
I end up getting some help, donations, from now. And now, I'm facing the morning of the big day. It's early morning.
よし。
I'm dressed up in Prima's costume. I didn't expect that the day would ever come that I'd be wearing this costume again. Especially of my own free will. It had been in the box Miss Hiromi sent me, together with the Prima game. Though Miss Hiromi definitely wouldn't have expected that I'd be using it for this. I look at my reflection and mutter to myself how much I'm hating this.
結局、あなたに頼ることになっちゃったな。
I'm saying this to Prima as well as to my past self. To Asuka, whose personality Itsuki gave to Prima. I do think that it's a little desperate, but in order to get Itsuki into the open, this is the only way. This is as far as my jellyfishish brains can take me.
やっぱりお姉ちゃん。
Having helped to dress me up, now looks at me with an expression filled with adulteration.
お姉ちゃん、かわいい。いや
I'm not exactly sure how to respond to that. I avert my gaze and look at the calendar. Today's date is highlighted in red pen. And there's something written under it as well, written by me. The big day. I remembered the email I sent to Itsuki yesterday. The game will be sold at tomorrow's event. The location is... I contacted some friends from high school who are big into doujin things, former members of the Jellyfish Club. I knew they have a stand at this event, where they sell doujin magazines. I asked them if they could add Prima to their assortment, and they agreed. I wasn't sure if they'd agree, and I asked them really last minute, so I was pleasantly surprised that they did. It's still unfinished. It's no problem if it doesn't sell, I just need you to put it there. It was a really weird thing to ask, but my friends agreed anyway.
よし、行くか。
I slapped my cheeks to give myself some extra vigor. I told my friends I'd meet them in front of the event hall. All that's left is to head over there. When suddenly...
でも、お姉ちゃん。
Now looks at me with a concerned expression.
お、何？なお、今気づいたんだけど、その格好すっごくいいと思うんだけどね。うん。お姉ちゃん、その格好で会社まで行くの？あ、上に何か羽織れば。違いよ。それがいいと思う。
I ended up putting this on for nothing. I change into some normal clothes and leave the dorm.
いってらっしゃい、お姉ちゃん。
Now waves at me as I go. I just told her that I'm doing this in order to get Itsuki out in the open, but I haven't told her anything else. But because it's now after all, she's probably figured out a big part of it.
うまくいくといいね。
But I don't know about Nao's true feelings behind those words. So I just nod at her. Noise, noise. Sweat, sweat. Noise, noise. Sweat, sweat. Beep signals.
1年ぶりか。
1 year since Itsuki forced me into this prima costume. And she made me say those lines and adopt those poses somewhere last year. This time, though, I'm wearing it of my own free will.
いつき来るかな。
いつきって？
あ、うん、なんでも。
そう。あ、一部1000円になります。
My friends are pretty busy. The magazines on their tables get sold one after another. Sitting down, I look in front of me. Wizard Nurse Prima, unfinished. Release date unconfirmed. There's no way anyone would buy it. I'm really too naive.
来るかな。いつき。
No sign of her. Damn it. The speakers announced that the event has reached its closing time. The remaining people in the hall all joined each other in a round of applause. Clap, 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 clap. My friends' magazines were already sold before afternoon, so they already cleaned up their things and went to check out the rest of the event, since they didn't have anything else to do. They're not back yet. They must be clapping their hands too, somewhere inside the hall. Of course, Prima hasn't sold a single copy. There have been some people who picked it up out of interest, but that was it. On the other hand, there were countless people who wanted to take cosplay pictures of me. The applause goes on for a long time. Clap, 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 clap. Clap, 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 clap. And then blended into the sound of the applause.
恥ずかしい格好で恥ずかしいもん売ってんな。あ、売れてないのか。
A voice. For a moment, I think my friends have returned. I look in the direction where I heard the voice from.
こんな注意書きしてて売れるわけねえじゃん。
いつき。
It's Itsuki. She came. She really came. I was able to make her show herself.
いつき。
I wonder how long it's been. A month? I feel like it's been both really long and a really short time. 1 month. I know I've been thinking about her this whole time. I realize at the moment I see Itsuki. But I really don't know whether it's because I love her or I hate her.
なんだよ、幽霊でも見たような顔して。うわ、自分で幽霊なんて言っちまった。
Itsuki shifts her gaze from my dumbfounded face, and she picks up a copy of Prima.
ヒロミだろこれ。 余計な真似しやがって。
The way she spits it out so hatefully is getting me instantly annoyed.
そんな言い方することないじゃん。
おかげで来る気なかったイベントに来させられることになった。いい迷惑。
迷惑って。
で、やったんだろこれ。
Itsuki gestured to the CD case.
あ、
And then I remember. I remember how by playing Prima and getting to know Itsuki's feelings for Asuka, I had felt like I wasn't going to be satisfied until I could tell her something about it. And now, having carried out this reckless plan, I'd finally gotten myself face to face with her.
あれ、
The thing I wanted to tell her.
私なんて言ってやろうと思ってたんだっけ。
I hadn't decided the most important thing.
うわ
As I'm in the process of losing my mind on the inside, I glare at Itsuki with stern eyes.
そうだよ、やったよ。それで樹に言いたいことができたの。
へえ、何？
それは。
Itsuki looks at me with a slight grin. I start exclaiming, relying on momentum alone.
主人公のプリマはアスカで、敵のクイーンは樹でしょ。私が言った通りじゃん。樹はアスカのことをすっごく意識してた、誰よりも。そういうのが詰まってたもん。やっぱり樹じゃん。アスカのことを忘れられなくてこだわり続けてたのって。
I say all of this in one go, so I need to catch my breath. Coming to my senses, I realize that the applause has ended and people in the hall are staring at us from a distance. Well, I guess it's not hard to understand how a beauty like Itsuki getting into a quarrel with a girl dressed up in a costume would attract attention. Itsuki was silently listening to what I had to say, but...
何言ってんの？
her tone alone is already making a big fool out of me.
何ってそんな言い方。
それ前にカラオケで私に言ったことじゃん。同じこと言うためにわざわざこんな回りくどいことしてそんな格好してんの？もしかしてハマった？コスプレ。
ハマってない。
I deny it, but what Itsuki says is true.
同じこと。
What I wanted to tell Itsuki in the end. I tried desperately to come up with something to say, but nothing comes out. I'm such an idiot. Then for some reason, Itsuki's face becomes serious.
じゃあこっちも言わせてもらう。全くもってその通り。私は昔のあんたにこだわってた。今のあんたじゃなく。私が知ってるあんたはすごくて、憎らしくて、憧れて、ムカついて。なのに、どうだよ。今のあんたと来たら、昔の自分はどこかに置き忘れてきたみたいに、ポンコツになって、見る影もなくて、バカで。ってそれは昔もか。抜け子で。
樹だって同じこと言ってるだけじゃんか。
But as I interrupt what she started to say,
いや、抜け子は私か。
I draw a blank at Itsuki's words and give her a long, hard look. Itsuki seems to take a deep inhalation.
昨夜と会って話してきた。
I feel confused at Itsuki's unexpected words.
いろいろ正直に話しに行ったらさ、言われたよ。全部知ってたって。私が昔のあんたにこだわってることも、あんたになろうとしてたってことも、最初から。
咲夜さんが。
気づかないとでも思ったのか、間抜け。って思いっきり怒鳴られた。あいつあんなでかい声出んのな。そんで振られた。バカは許せるが間抜けは許せないんだと。そんできついの一発もらって。
Itsuki holds up her hand to illustrate.
拾って。
I remember that time when I saw Miss Sakia and Itsuki having the fight in their room. But then Itsuki squeezes her hand into a fist.
いや、みぞおちにナックル、拳。
It's already a big surprise that Itsuki got dumped, but that she also got punched in the stomach?
本当なの？
嘘だよ。
はい？どこからどこまで？
ナックルは嘘。振られたのは本当。そりゃあ見事に。
I feel lost for words. Before long, a crowd has gathered around us. I see my friends among the crowd as well. This isn't exactly a public affair, but I don't want to chase her away. I can't read from Itsuki's expression how she's really feeling. It seems as if I can see some pain in her eyes, though she's trying to act like she's okay. That's my impression.
なんで傷ついてるの？振られたから？
I think so for just a moment, but then immediately...
違う。傷つけたからだ。咲夜さんを。
She feels hurt because she hurt Miss Sakia, to the bottom of her heart. She feels just like a trembling little child.
でさ、アスカ。
She calls me by my name, not Asuka, but Asuka. It's my name. No logic involved, but I can tell.
あれから記憶戻ったりした？
全然。さっぱり。そんな気配もゼロ。だよ。
そっか。ふーん。
I don't quite understand her tone. She's speaking to me with an almost foolish smile on her face.
ご承知の通り、本来の私は地味で気が小さくて、いつも誰かに守ってもらわなきゃダメな臆病なやつなんだ。
Itsuki when she was little. The real Itsuki who was kept hidden by her wish to become like Asuka.
だからさ、ここは一丁抜け殻と間抜け、抜け子同士付き合っちゃわない？
I exclaimed hysterically without realizing it.
いや、昔のあんたと私だったら釣り合わないだろうけど、今のダメダメなあんたと昨夜に振られたダメダメな私ならちょうど釣り合い取れていいんじゃないかって。
What the hell is this girl saying? If now were here, she'd caution me about my language. The crowd around us is noisily murmuring. Itsuki moves one step closer to me.
私のこと好きだろ？
嫌い。
She takes another step closer.
カラオケでキスされた時、嫌なばっかりでもなかっただろ？
嫌な思いしかしなかったよ。
She takes another step closer.
もうずっと私のことばっかり考えてただろ？
いつきのことなんか考えてないよ。全然。
Takes another step closer to me. Her eyes are right in front of mine now.
一緒にスクーターで飛ばした時、気持ちよかっただろ？
全然気持ちよくなんかない。嫌い。いつきなんか嫌いなんだから。
My mind is one big blur, and my heart feels about to explode. After doing those awful things to me, after doing all those things almost to deliberately make me hate her. Her spiteful mouth. She opens it.
私は
Her eyes. I can't look away from them.
アスカが好きだ。
She calls me by my name. These words, they can't be uttered. They can't be forgiven. Especially for Itsuki herself, if these words are really true.
好きになった。アスカは本当に私のこと嫌いか。
Her eyes are looking right into mine. They look sharp but fragile at the same time, almost as if they could easily be shattered with the slightest touch. With those eyes. Unfair, mean, putting on airs but timid at the same time. Always trying to hide her true self. That's Itsuki.
嘘だよ。
Our lips touch. I can hear how the crowd around us goes wild. Oh, right, we were being watched. Itsuki's lips are so soft, so sweet. And also a little bit...
罪の味がした。
Then in the aftermath... Even during the summer holidays, we've been having nursing training sessions now and then. It's just been part of being a second year. We just finished one of those sessions.
やっぱり咲夜さんに話さないわけにはいかないよね。
About Itsuki and me. I sent Misaki a message, I want to talk. I received a reply from her saying okay. Misaki suggested we meet on the rooftop, and she's already arrived before me. The rooftop. The same spot where Misaki kissed me that time. It makes me feel kind of...
悩んでてもしょうがないだろ。とっとと行ってこい。一人でって言われてんだろ。
Itsuki standing next to me, but I feel extremely alone in my endeavor.
まあでも確かに話さないわけにはいかないんだ。
My determination falters again and again, but I finally manage to drum up the courage.
うん。行くよ。話してくる。
I say this to Itsuki and start ascending the staircase. I reach the top of the stairs and vigorously open the door. The bright blue sky. And under this sky,
待っていたわ。
Misaki is standing.
あす。
Before Misaki finishes speaking, I dash forward vigorously right up to Misaki. Sliding like a baseballer, I drop to my knees at her feet. I kneel down in front of her. Without raising my face, I tell her in a single breath.
ごめんなさい、咲夜さん。いつきと付き合うことになりました。
Misaki doesn't say a word. Still kneeling, I wait for her to speak, but there's no sign of that. Though I came prepared to be called the worst names under the sun. In contrast to my expectations, Misaki's voice sounds calm when she finally speaks.
だって、アスカ。それじゃあ話せないでしょ。
I hesitantly stand up after being calmly prompted to do so. Misaki is looking straight at me. She's gone back into silence.
いつきから聞いているわ。もう。え、付き合うって？いいえ、そこまでは。ただ、告白しようと思う、とね。したようね、いつきは。そして、うまくいった。いつきを振ったのは私だけれど。でも、だからといって笑顔で祝福できるほど、私はできた人間ではないわ。
I can feel an intense aura of emotion from Misaki.
はい。さあ、歯を食いしばって、
アスカ。
I was prepared for this. Miss Sakia raises one of her hands. I grit my teeth as suggested. I squeeze my eyes shut. I have a general idea of what's coming. I'm anticipating a slap in the face. Oof! A punch right in the pit of my abdomen. As I open my eyes, I see Miss Sakia's fist dug deep in the pit of my stomach. Then Miss Sakia speaks with a smile and a sweet voice.
これで勘弁してあげるわ。
A combination of pain and breathing difficulties causes me to collapse to the ground. It's a wonder I didn't faint, I think to myself. Miss Sakia's voice speaks to me from above. It's her usual dignified tone of voice.
いつきのことよろしくね。私ではダメだったようだから。
I raise my head. Miss Sakia's face looks as composed and beautiful as always.
いつきをお願い。
But then I notice she's crying. Probably. There are no tears, but she's crying. So I reply. Miss Sakia said she wanted to enjoy the breeze for a while longer, so I find myself coming back down the stairs, leaving her by herself. As I return to the bottom of the staircase.
Yeah.
Itsuki's waiting for me, smiling like an idiot. For a single moment, I feel a sense of annoyance rising up inside of me. Actually, it's a little more than that. I can't help staring at Itsuki's face.
なんだよ。
Why? I don't know why, but I just know. I know that she wasn't smiling like that until just a moment before I appeared in front of her. That face, I know it wasn't so composed.
嘘つき。
ああ？
いいのもらったよ。みぞおじにナックル。
She looks me straight in the eyes.
何発？
一発だけど。
私2発。その後平手も食らったから計3発。
わ、バイオレンス。
Miss Sakia is so intense. Hearing this is making me lose all further motivation to attack Itsuki. Yeah, it's okay.
でも嬉しかったんだ、私。咲夜さんが本気で殴ってくれて。
I suspect that Itsuki feels the same way.
行こっか。
We start walking away from Miss Saki on the rooftop. Or at least, we try to start walking when...
あれ？
Click. My knee bends limply, which buckles and causes me to trip over my foot.
おい。
Itsuki supports me just as I'm about to collapse.
どうした？大丈夫か？
ああ、平気、なんでもない。大丈夫。
Saying this, I start walking on my own again, but my knee buckles again.
全然大丈夫じゃねえじゃん。ああ、昨夜のパンチが効いて。
違うよ。そんなんじゃなくて。
I shake my head. It's true that I can still feel some residual sensation from Miss Sakia's punch, but...
ああ、そっか。
Before I can say anything, Itsuki seems to have realized already. She grins at me teasingly.
大仕事を終えて気が抜けたか。すげえ緊張してたもんな。
It's true, but I feel really embarrassed to hear her say it so directly.
大丈夫、歩け。
よった。
Before I'm even finished telling her that I can walk by myself.
はい、 抱っこ。
これって
お姫様抱っこ。歩けないんじゃ仕方ない。
Saying it so matter-of-factly, Itsuki starts walking. With me in her arms.
いやー恥ずかしい。それにこんなとこ誰かに見られたら。
We're still at school, and Itsuki has countless admirers among the students, among classmates, as well as among older and younger students.
いつきさん、お姫様抱っこ。なんで大崎さんが信じられない。
Yes, like those girls, for example.
あ、これ特別なんでアスカ以外にはしてやんないから。
そんなあー
The girl runs away crying.
私の平和な学校生活が。
いいじゃん別に。
よくない。私はゆらゆらクラゲ部的にのどかに行きたいんだよ。
そりゃ残念。諦めて。
Itsuki tells me this, smiling from ear to ear. I feel a mixture of embarrassment, a feeling that I won't be able to deal with all of this, and a lot of other things. Things have taken a dire turn already. I look at Itsuki laughing at me. She's clearly amused. It's scary, but yeah, I can also understand those girls' reactions. Itsuki is such a beauty after all. She looks even more beautiful when seeing her up this close.
前になおちゃんが言ってたけど、私面食いなのかな。
I might have to admit it, but even though Itsuki is the beauty she is, I know that on the inside, the timid little Itsuki is still in there as well. Only I and Miss Sakia know. Take good care of Itsuki. I heave a small sigh as I remember Miss Sakia's words.
どうした？
Itsuki looks at me as she asks this. But in her eyes, I can see glimpses of the anxiety that she can't hide, glimpses of her true self. So, take good care of Itsuki.
任せといて、咲夜さん。
I look back into her beautiful eyes and exclaim decisively.
お姫様命令。このまま世界の果てまで連れてって。
了解、マイプリンセス。
やっぱり恥ずかしい。
I start blushing. This is so embarrassing, just so embarrassing, but... I'm reminded of the wind. The wind I felt that night when I was riding on the back of Itsuki's scooter. The wind of that evening. To the end of the world. Yeah, the two of us could do that.
いつき。
I reach out my hand to touch Itsuki's face, which is right near mine. Our lips meet in a kiss. As for what happened after that, though I had boasted internally that I could be counted on to take care of Itsuki, the way things ended up between the two of us... well...
ああ、また勝手に布団に入ってきて。いつきは上でしょ。
いいじゃん、減るもんじゃなし。
そういう問題じゃない。学校の時間だよ。支度しなきゃ。
It's morning time, and Nao isn't in my room. Nao has started living in Miss Sakia's and Itsuki's room since no one was using it. Miss Sakia went to live back at home after taking leave. And Itsuki, she's now living in my room. I'm not sure whether to say she invaded or she just kinda settled down.
ほら、早く布団から出て。
Of course, it's not like this happened all that suddenly. Ever since we started dating, she gradually started encroaching upon my and Nao's territory. She just lays about in our room and be all clingy around me. I guess it was also my fault for not putting up even the slightest resistance. In the end, Nao was the one to give in.
犬に食われちゃえ。
She quickly took practical measures and exchanged rooms with Itsuki, and that's where we are now.
ああ、もう離れて。離れなさい。
やだ、知ってるだろ。本当の私は気が小さくて臆病で甘えん坊だって。
最後のは付き合い出すまで知らなかった。
When Miss Sakia asked me to take care of Itsuki, could it be she was talking about this? Was she talking about this when she told me that she figured she wasn't the one for her?
あ、なんで上逃そうとするの。
甘えたいんだもん、赤ちゃんプレイ。まあまあ。
変態。
変態でいいよ。まあまあ、おっぱい。
すませません。早くベッドから出なさいってば。
でもこの間は。
Itsuki grins at me.
あれはだから。
My cheeks are burning brightly red. Really, how did I get myself in this situation? How did this happen?
だからパジャマ脱がそうとしないでって。
This is what my life is like now, every day. Even happened once that Itsuki dressed me up into the prima costume while I was asleep. What a troublesome, naughty, and bothersome girl I fell in love with. I really don't know how to deal with this.
これも愛のなせる技。
いい顔で言ってもダメ。ああ、学校遅刻しちゃう。
But in fact, sometimes it's a tiny bit fun as well. And just as I was thinking that I could wrap up this story with a neat little bow, after school, we decided to do some independent practice of basic nursing skills.
自主練習はいいけど、なんでプリマの衣装着てるの私。
なんでって自分で来たんじゃん。
違う。いつきの口車に乗せられてっていうか、騙されてっていうか。
正解。
やったー当たったーってそうじゃなくて。大体何の意味があるのさこの格好に。
私が見たかったから。その格好のアスカとイチャイチャ自主練習したかったから。
欲望むき出し。着替えるよ。
ダメ。
She pushes me down on the sacred patient's bed.
待っていつき、何する気って。ああ、また脱がそうとして。ダメ。
大丈夫、全部は流さない。せっかくのコスだもん。
そういう問題じゃなくて。わかってるでしょ、これ患者さん用のベッドなんだよ。こんなエッチな。
何言ってる。私は真面目だ。 患者さんの気持ちを理解するのも看護師の大事な仕事だろ。患者さんは入院してる間ずっとこのベッドで過ごすし、患者さんにだって性欲はあるんだから。時にはその処理をこのベッドの上で行うこともあるじゃないか。いわばこれはそんな患者さんの気持ちを知るための大事な練習。
おー。
さあ、大幸あすかさん、脱ぎ脱ぎしま。
騙されるか。
Isn't this just a sequel to this morning's games?
しゃあね、こうなりゃ力ずくでも。
お助けー。ねえ、咲夜さん。何？どう思う？あれ。死ねばいいと思うわ。過激。なら、ナオは？馬に蹴られればいいと思う。気が合うわね。咲夜さん、気が合ったところでどうかな。これからお茶とか。奇遇ね。私もちょうどそんな気分よ。じゃあ行こう。ええ、まったく。
Meanwhile, totally unaware of this conversation going on in the hallway,
いつきのバカー。
we may be a couple of dummies, but we're having fun. There, I admit it.
白衣性愛情依存症。
Just die already. Okay, bad ending time. Resist.
好きにさせて油断させろとは言われたけど、
I
月が見てる前で他の人とキスなんて。
just can't let that happen.
やだ、離して。
I twist my body to the side to resist her.
あ？なんだ、抵抗すんの？ざけんなよ。
Her expression instantly turns grim. She squeezes her hand into a fist and raises her arm. When suddenly there's a sound coming from the computer rack. In the same moment as Sumika shifts her gaze towards the sound, Itsuki comes dashing forward. Itsuki's ambush has failed.
いつの間に忍び込んでやがった。こそ泥みたいな真似しやがって。はっ、こんな美形のこそ泥がいてたまるか。
Itsuki's acting tough, but she said she'd be at a disadvantage if she had to face Sumika head-on. The two of them begin to fight, and at first sight, they seem to be on even footing, but as Itsuki has said, Sumika quickly takes the upper hand. I can't do anything but watch, since my hands and feet are still tied up.
必死だな、いつき。けど、私には勝てねえよ。そら。
Sumika punches Itsuki clean in the abdomen. I want to run out to help, but I can't move my body. When suddenly, the sound of police sirens outside the apartment. They're coming this way.
これって。
The two of them seem to have noticed as well.
いつき、まさか。ああ、やっと来たみたいだな。連絡しといたんだよ。ここ来る前。てめえ。で、どうするスミカ。警察が入ってくりゃ困るのはそっちだぜ。クソが。
Her decision is quick. She immediately distances herself from Itsuki and dashes out of the room. The room grows quiet.
助かった。
Relief flashes through my chest. But The sirens of the police cars seem to pass right by the apartment. Huh?
いやー、よかったよかった。この近くで事件でもあったのかな？
Itsuki speaks in a nonchalant manner.
警察に連絡入れとくの忘れてたからさ。たまたま通りかかってくれてよかったよ。ラッキー。
なんだって？
So we were saved by mere coincidence, a miracle. While I still find myself in this utter state of astonishment, Itsuki comes closer. She speaks to me as she's loosening the ropes that I've been tied up with.
悪かった。ラボのやつが迷惑かけて。立てる？ほら。
Itsuki offers me her hand. I take it without saying anything.
どっか怪我してないか？
Having calmed down a little, there's this feeling of happiness and relief inside of me that Itsuki has come to save me.
なんでいつきが来てくれたんだろう。
This question keeps on repeating itself again and again inside my mind.
なんでいつきが来てくれたんだろう。
Why did she?
大幸妹から電話あってさ、買い物に出たお姉ちゃんが帰ってこないって。私と会ってるかもって思ったらしい。で、もしかしてって思って来てみたら、スミカの車があってさ、ビンゴだった。
It's as if Itsuki had read my mind.
スミカが戻ってくるかもしれないから、行こう。バイクで来てるんだ。寮まで送るよ。
I get onto Itsuki's big scooter, which was parked in front of the apartment. The summer night air is still a little warm, and even after the scooter has gained some speed, it doesn't feel that chilly. As we're driving along, both Itsuki and I remain silent. The stars are sparkling in the night sky, those faraway stars.
なんでいつきは助けに来てくれたのかな。
I can't help thinking about it again. She drops me off in front of the station.
ここからは歩いて帰れるか？ほら、寮まで行ったら大幸妹にすげえ怒られそうだからさ。
Itsuki gets off as well, so we're both standing there facing each other.
うん、一人で平気。ありがとう。
Because of this eternal why repeating itself in my mind again and again, I had forgotten to thank her, but then I finally say it. Itsuki shakes her head with a serious expression.
マジで悪かった。
うん、気にしないでよ。ちゃんと助けてもらっちゃったし。
Why?
そんなの分かってるじゃん。私。
Itsuki keeps silent with a rare expression of guilt on her face. Noticing this, I laugh.
でもよかったよね。私に何かあったら、それってアスカが戻ってこれないってことでもあるもんね。そしたら困るでしょ、いつきも。
お前
なんか避けたり無視したりしててごめんね。助けてくれたお礼ってんじゃないけど、また付き合うから。昔の話。記憶取り戻せるように努力してみるし。うん、よろしくお願いします。
I don't even understand why I'm saying this myself. Itsuki is the one who wants to bring Misaki and Asuka back together. Though I do still have my doubts about that.
咲夜さんと私がどうこうっていうのはどうなるかわかんないけど。
Even though I'm speaking to her so positively, Itsuki isn't giving me any reply. Itsuki remains silent for a few moments. In the meanwhile, car after car passes by, and a few trains arrive at the station before departing again. Then Itsuki opens her mouth and stutters.
そうだな。
She averts her gaze as she's saying just the single word. I have no idea even to what exactly she's saying, yeah. Then Itsuki gets back on her scooter and speaks without looking at me, almost as if she were talking to herself.
もうこんなこと起きないようにするから。 アスカに迷惑はかけない。二度とこんなことないから、安心して。
Something strikes me as odd.
でも
I'm sensing something strange about Itsuki's behavior, but I don't know what it is, and I don't know the meaning behind it. As I'm wondering about this, Itsuki continues.
ラボは潰す。本当はもっと早くそうすべきだったんだ。
潰すって。
I want to ask her how, but she's already taking off. She quickly disappears into the distance, out of my range of vision. I'm left standing alone in front of the station. I try repeating Itsuki's words in my mind, but I don't have even the slightest idea how she could go about getting rid of the lab. There are some things which you can't figure out just by thinking about them, so I decide to go back to the dorm. I start walking, but then halt in place again.
お醤油まだ買ってないや。
From that night onward, Itsuki has removed herself from my surroundings. Do-do-do-do-do.
スミカが絶対許さないって決まってるから、しばらく身を隠してるのかもしれないけれど。そうですか。
If even Miss Hiromi doesn't know, I suppose there's no way for me to find out. After summer vacation started, I sent a message to Miss Sakia asking her, "Have you met up with Itsuki recently?" She replied to me that she hadn't. I sighed without even realizing it.
もうどこ行っちゃったんだよ。そうじゃなかった。
Miss Hiromi sounds as if she was just reminded of something.
こんな話するためにアスカちゃんに電話したんじゃなかったの。本題。本題？フィザードナースプリマ。
Hearing Miss Hiromi say this comes as a surprise, but at the same time, not really. Ta-da, got the costume. The speakers announced that the event has reached its closing time. The remaining people in the hall all join each other in a round of applause. Clap, 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 clap. My friends' magazines were already sold before afternoon, so they already cleaned up their things and went to check out the rest of the event since they didn't have anything else to do. They're not back yet. They must be clapping their hands too somewhere inside the hall. Of course, Prima hasn't sold a single copy. There have been some people who picked it up out of interest, but that was it. On the other hand, there were countless people who wanted to take cosplay pictures of me. The applause goes on for a long time. Clap, 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 clap. Clap, 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 clap.
帰る準備しよっかな。
I turn around and take the bag in which I put my change of clothes.
着替え持って更衣室行って。
I turn my head. I look at the spot where I put my bag that contained my change of clothes. But I don't see anything.
あれ？
Itsuki.
帰ってこれた。
I somehow made it back to the area of the dorm, trying my best to stay out of view, all while wearing Prima's costume. Night has already fallen, so I don't see any people around. No one will see me, probably.
なんでこんなことに。
The reason why is because the bag with my clothes disappeared. I don't know whether someone took it by mistake or if it could have been stolen on purpose. As I was at a loss what to do, my friends recommended I go home just like that, while trying to act normally, as if I were just wearing some unique clothes. I wasn't quite sure. But in the end, I didn't have another choice except for the trying to act normal part. That would have been absolutely impossible, so I snuck about in the sneakiest way possible in order to avoid anyone's eyes. Some children were pointing at me as I was changing trains, but somehow I managed to make it this far. I'm also at the dorm. I'm almost at the dorm. This is the most difficult part, though. Because what if I get spotted by my classmates at Tato Academy? I don't even dare to imagine.
大丈夫かな。もう時間だいぶ遅いし。
Everyone should be in their rooms at this time, and there's no reason for anyone to go outside. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I sent now a message saying I'll be home late, don't worry. But even so, I shouldn't make it too late. I just have to go for it.
よし、ここまで来たら一気だ。
And just as I prepared myself to make a dash for it,
いや、
I hear a voice from a nearby shadow. Surprised, I turn towards the voice.
いつけ。
It's Itsuki, who hadn't shown up at the event.
何面白い格好で外歩いてんだよ。
You know full well why. I'm thoroughly confused.
面白い格好って、これは仕方なく。
My plan to meet Itsuki as Prima hadn't succeeded because she hadn't showed up. But now that it's suddenly become reality in this unplanned fashion, I don't feel in any situation to be happy about it.
なんで会場には来なかったの？
ちょっとゴタゴタしててさ。まあ、それはいいんだ。終わったから。
終わったって。
現れると思ってたのか？プリマの格好して未完成のゲーム売ってたら。
そうだよ。悪い。
Yeah, it's just like in the final scene of the Prima game, where the Virus Queen shows up in front of Prima. The final battle. I somehow get reminded of that image.
だってプリマは昔の私で、女王は樹なんでしょ。
へえ。
Itsuki doesn't say anything else. She makes it sound as if she knew it all along. That I played the game, and then I read all of that between the lines.
そんな簡単に元ネタ見抜かれるって、やっぱ私才能ねえな。
そういうこと言ってるんじゃなくて。
でもま、よかったよ。最後にプリマと会えてさ。
最後って。
I don't understand what Itsuki's talking about.
最後は最後。会場行けなかったし、もう会えねえかなって思ってたから。
Itsuki's words. The last part of her sentence is broken off by a painful sigh. And just as she finishes speaking, Itsuki lets out a groan and collapses to the ground. What? I rush over to her side in panic. As I get close to her, I immediately notice. Itsuki has a gaping, visibly deep wound on her back. Also, I hadn't noticed it before because of the darkness, but there's a puddle of blood at Itsuki's feet. It's blood from the wound on her back.
樹、どうしたのこの怪我。すぐに救急車。
騒ぐな。いらねえよ。もう助からない。私は。
何バカなこと言って。
これでも患者の命を預かることもある看護学生だぜ。致命傷かどうかくらい自分でよくわかる。いいんだ。
そんなこと誰が。
スミカ。
スミカ。
The moment I hear her name, I remember. I remember Miss Hiromi telling me on the phone how she was enraged about Itsuki getting rid of the laboratory. She did this to Itsuki.
覚悟はしてた。あいつが捕まるまで逃げきれなかった。私のミスだ。
喋らないで。ダメだよ、救急車呼ぶから。
I try to take my smartphone from my bag, but Itsuki grabs my hand. The strength in her hand is surprisingly powerful.
いいんだ。どうせ助からないって言ってるだろう。
でも
プリマの腕の中で消えてくなんてゲームと同じだな。ゲームやったんなら知ってるだろう。女王の最後の言葉、最後の願い。
喋っちゃダメだってば。
恥ずかしいよな。だってさ、あれ私の願いだったんだぜ。
My heart skips a beat. I just wanted to become one with you, Prima. Those were the last words of the Virus Queen. That's the only thing the Queen had ever really wished for.
裏設定なんだけど、女王はもともとウィザードナッシュにプリマになりたかった。ただの少女だったんだ。自分が気づかず書いてたけど、まんま私じゃん。女王はプリマになりたかった。冴えない私はアスカになりたかった。
いつき黙って。手離して。電話できないよ。
Itsuki talks on as if my voice isn't reaching her ears at all. She doesn't seem to be feeling any pain. In fact, the expression on her face looks almost as if enraptured.
だからそのアスカの腕の中で言っちまえるなら、まあそれでさ。
The strength is leaving Itsuki's body. Her life is slipping away. I can stop it. I can't stop it.
いつき、やだよ、いつき。
まあそれでいいとするよ。
Itsuki's eyes are slowly closing. I can't stop it.
私さ、
Itsuki looks at me with blurry eyes.
アスカと一つになりたかった。
I just wanted to become one with you, Prima. Another intense shockwave pulses through my heart. Her hand that was holding mine loses its grip, finally devoid of strength, it drops to the ground. She's not moving. She's not talking. It seems as if she's fallen into deep, deep sleep.
いつき。ねえ、いつき。起きて。しっかりして。
Though my hand is free now, I've totally forgotten about making that phone call. I just repeat Itsuki's name again and again. In the midst of my chaotic mind, those two voices just keep on ringing in my head.
プリマと一つになりたかった。アスカと一つになりたかった。
一つにって。
How could such a thing be possible? And every time I hear these voices repeating themselves in my head, shockwave after shockwave keeps on pulsating right through my heart, as if it's trying to attract my attention to something. And then... one afternoon on a day off, gentle sun rays are shining into the room. I raise a spoon to my mouth.
まも。
Today's lunch is stew with plenty of meat. Itsuki sitting across from me, joyfully smiling at me. This is Itsuki and Misaki's room, but Misaki has been at home the whole time since taking leave from school, so she doesn't mind if I spend my nights in this room. Yes, I have permission from both Miss Sakia and Nao.
やっぱり料理の決め手は愛情だね。
そう？
最強の調味料、愛情たっぷり。
After all, today I'm eating Itsuki stew. It doesn't just have plenty of meat, but also gigantic amounts of love. I take one mouthful after another as Itsuki smiles at me.
おいしい。
It's a blissful meal, that's what it is.
はい、ごちそうさまでした。
Having finished eating, I thank Itsuki for the meal politely.
どうだった？私の料理は。
美味しかったよ。でもそろそろ食べ飽きてきたかも。
なんだ悲しいこと言ってくれるじゃん。
冗談冗談。でも食べ過ぎでちょっと太っちゃったかな。
運動しろ運動。
してるよ。まあでも残りはそんなにないから。
I look inside the kitchen. At the fridge. The original fridge that came with the room was too small to put everything inside, so I bought a bigger one. Hum, hum, hum. It's annoying that it's a little noisy, though. Well, I did choose it purely on the basis of size and price, so that's what you get.
明日にはなくなっちゃうんじゃないかな。
そっか。もう私の料理を味わってもらえなくなるのか。残念だな。
全然残念そうな顔じゃないよ。
まあね。そりゃだって。
Just as Itsuki starts saying something, the doorbell rings.
ああ、なおちゃん。お姉ちゃん。どうしたの？なんでも、ちょっと様子見に来ただけで。様子って、いつきと食事してたとこだよ。食事？ああ、ちょうど食べ終わったとこ。だから気にしないで。そっか。ちょっと上がっていい？
Don't tell me she's, like, not actually there. She's
も
dead.
ちろん、どうぞ。
I let Nao into the room. There's no sign of Itsuki. Yep. Ever since that day, Itsuki hasn't shown herself to anyone but me.
冷蔵庫。
Nao says this as she looks into the kitchen. There's a mixture of different expressions on her face. It seems like an expression of anger and sadness at the same time. I don't know why she's making that face.
あ、そうか。
Hum, hum, hum.
安物だから音しちゃうんだよね。ひょっとしたら下の部屋まで伝わってる？そんなことないけど。じゃあなんだろう。
Puzzled, I tilt my head. Nao looks around my room. It's just me and Nao right now.
誰もいないね。お姉ちゃん以外。いつ切ったら隠れるの上手なんだ。一旦隠れると私でも見つけられないの。そっか。
Nao's voice is now sounding unmistakably upset. I wonder why. Maybe she feels that Itsuki took me away from her.
なおじゃ何にも。
Nao says something, but I can't hear her very well.
お姉ちゃん。部屋にあげてもらっておいてごめん。なお、もう行くね。そう？わかった。私もご飯の後片付けしなきゃ。それに明日の下ごしらえも。じゃあ。
Nao's face looks as if there's still something she has to say. But in the end, she just leaves without saying anything else. I I returned to the table.
あれ
Though Nao was gone, Itsuki hasn't returned. Puzzled, I tilt my head, but
そっか。ご飯終わっちゃったから。
now I think of it, Itsuki doesn't show up for anyone but me, and she also goes to hide whenever I finished eating. I only get to meet Itsuki during meal times.
また明日だね。いつき。
Oh, but tomorrow's meal.
明日で最後かな。
I think to myself, considering the remaining ingredients in the fridge. I'll probably run out tomorrow. If that's the case, it'll be my last meal with Itsuki. Itsuki will probably stop showing herself in front of me.
でも寂しくなんかないんだ。全然。
I gently caressed my stomach as I muttered this to myself. I caressed my stomach, full and satisfied after having the stew. As if I'm a pregnant woman, caressing my baby inside my belly. Again and again, gently and lovingly.
さあ、明日はどんな料理にしよっかな。
A feeling of joyful anticipation comes over me as I start imagining it. Meals are so wonderful and fun. Even more so when it's a dish of your most beloved. Tomorrow will be my last meal with Itsuki, but I don't feel lonely about it.
だって
I softly caressed my stomach.
やっと一つになれるんだもんね。いつき。
Again and again, gently and lovingly. I'm not too surprised, but like, I wasn't really expecting the whole eat her in the stew. So, like when Nao came in and she was looking at the fridge, maybe she could smell the death? I don't know. I imagine it's pretty strong. Like I don't... Assuming it is strong, you can probably smell it from the floor below, right? But she also knows that she's just doing her thing in this room, and she's worried about her because she's doing it so often, probably. I don't know, it's just... I'm wondering. Itsuki dying. So I guess I'll end it here. And then next time I'll do Sakya's roots. I wonder what they have in store for her. Well, I don't know what to think, honestly. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and stay tuned for whatever happens next. Catch you on the next one. Bye!